face. I've had some pretty shit luck on my banner polls lately. It made me so upset. Don't rub that in my face, Silver Wolf. Don't do that to me, dog.
Didn't Pearl give you a chip? We're in good hands, as long as she can track your location with that thing.
What? She had a GPS tracker on me?
Fortunately, her lucky chip helped me locate you.
Actually, she put one in my pocket too, but I auctioned it online as a souvenir. Thank goodness you kept yours. Otherwise, we'd be done for.
Well, at least he got money from her somehow. Some furbo trying to pretend to be Ratio. And speak about imposters. Hello, Sparksy.
Don't be shy. Drop a like.
Nah.
Dear fans, that's all for today's Astral Express tour. Stay tuned for our next collaboration stream.
I don't think we allowed you to do any filming inside.
Galactic Baseballer, you're here. Don't worry. Every stream will be approved in advance.
Well, I didn't approve this one in advance, so yeah, you kind of got me miffed a little bit right now. Oh, she gave me jades. Okay, I accept your compensation, but seriously, don't fucking terrorize my goddamn family.
How
You might be.
touching. I could cry.
Oh, shut the hell up, Asat.
Unfortunately, I don't have eyes to cry out of.
Shut the hell up, you son of a bitch. Smug little bastard. Eyeless finger head. Dice head bitch. Okay, that's enough.
This is just a place where everyone comes to let off some steam.
Who could that be?
Well, if it isn't my old friend. Sparkle said you'd be coming to the tavern. Old Sampo's heart is bursting with joy.
Sampo's here.
And a teensy bit of sorrow. How did Sparkle beat me to inviting my #1 bestie to the tavern for a drink?
I knew I'd find you here.
You knew? And what made you link me to this place? Oh, that's kinda harsh, sis.
What the fuck?
Tiny little bird, why did you break my toy?
What the fuck is this monstrosity?
Oh, not even pretending anymore, huh? I should have known. Goldfish was only ever a puppet placed in the spotlight. So tell me, puppeteer in the shadows, what are you supposed to be? Shush is the name of the robot on the express.
Mr. Asat Pramad, have you ever been in love?
What did you just say?
I guess that kind of threw him for a loop.
Sorry, but I'm really curious.
Wow. This is just the first question it's already throwing him.
You have this rare opportunity to speak to a former navigator, and you're interested in his personal life?
Excuse me for being nosy, but you said I can ask anything.
You really are something else. So intriguing. I almost want to throw in the towel and bow out.
So, I should roll?
Wait, not yet! So be it. This one's on me. I'll answer you plainly.
Oh, cool. Whoa, what the hell is that thing? Dude, it has a D20 for a head. Ah! Oh god, it's the legged freak. Ew. Look how that guy moved. He was bouncing on his legs like that. That was gross! I hate how they move.
The scalpers are completely out of control. I couldn't snag a single ticket to the exhibition. Could you sneak me in? Huh? Didn't expect you to be so principled. Guess I'll have to use this trick.
Oh god, she's not gonna mind control me, is she?
Little raccoon.
Oh no.
I've actually been a huge fan of yours all along. From the very first page of The Fluffy, Volume 1, Chapter 1, I was already captivated by you.
Oh god, no. Please don't do this. I can't survive this attack.
That afternoon, as I passed by the Graphia Academy building, I caught a glimpse of you by the window. Right then, I knew my heart had been stolen, and nothing else would ever make me feel so alive again.
Please, no more. Where the hell am I? Is that Chikawa? That is adorable. And his little bunny friend. Why is his face like that? I can't believe they put Chikawa and friends in the game. That is sweet. Higher on the left. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Easy now. Keep the right side steady. She literally set this up like that. I thought she climbed up there. Turns out she was carried up like she was in a sedan chair. Would it be a bit twisted if I said I wanted to see her fall flat on her face? Hey! Ow! Ouch! She did fall! Ugh, I told you to keep the right side steady! What are you standing here for? Hurry and help me up! You butterfingered fools! They're going to be here at any second! Director! They're already here! Forget about it. Don't bother lifting me, just help me fix my makeup.
Is this the craft? Dr. Zhongshan, what's inside?
Hard to say. Fools have tried walking in before, and well, they all went mad.
They went mad.
Muttering to themselves, deliriously happy. No one knows what they saw, and I don't want to know. If you want to go in and take a peek, don't say I didn't warn you.
Whoa, she is in awe about this. Is this really worth going in, destroying her own mind just to get a mask that you probably shouldn't have had in the first place? It's well worth it, ain't it?
Dangerous? What could possibly be more dangerous than little old adorable Sparksicle?
Okay, into the Anax's Chesusi thing. What's going on, Sylvie?
Yep, your eyes aren't deceiving you. It's not a hologram. It's the real me, in the flesh. Actually, making the trip here in person really is quite a different experience.
Aren't you afraid of getting caught?
Why don't you give it a try? I've been playing a warp simulator made by fans of the Fluffy lately. Thought I'd give it a go here. Guess what? I was pulling for the baseball raccoon and got it on the very first warp.
Stop flexing your poles in my face. I've had some pretty shit luck on my banner poles lately. It made me so upset. Don't rub that in my face, Silver Wolf. Don't do that to me, dog.
Didn't Pearl give you a chip? We're in good hands, as long as she can track your location with that thing.
What? She had a GPS tracker on me?
Fortunately, her lucky chip helped me locate you.
Actually, she put one in my pocket too, but I auctioned it off.
Okay, I think I have the audio as best as I'm probably getting it right now, so hopefully I can hold this for a little bit. Hello, everybody. It is me, Mayor, and I am back in Honkai Star Rail. And today I am finally continuing my little series of going around and talking to every freaking NPC that I can in this game. So far, I actually started doing this series with Urolo 6 because it was like the middle of winter and there was like a shitload of snow outside. So I was like, how about I just talk to some folks that are actually living on a freaking snowball? So that's when I started that. So I definitely got a little more efficient with going around Hertz of Space Station, but granted, there's only like 5 maps on there and there's pretty much like nobody on them, on most of them. Oh wait, I have to talk to the cat cakes and the other creatures in the basement. But yeah, this one's going to be a little bit bigger because it is the Xianzhou Luofu that I'm going to now. There's definitely quite a few maps in it. If anything, a lot of the other newer locations have a lot, like Penacony, Emporius, definitely Plan Arcadia has grown quite a bit in size, and there's definitely quite a lot of people on some of them. I mean, thankfully, like the last map that got added, the Fallen Stars Cradle, that has like pretty much nobody on it. Anybody that was there, like the Furbows, they're gone now. But otherwise, still, there is a lot of freaking people in Honkai Star Rail. Just a bunch of NPCs just milling about and all that. You can just go up and talk to them. They might have something interesting to say. They might give you some free shit. You might start a whole other freaking mission. Oh, you see like a errant box somewhere? Oh, you could probably get something out of that. It might just trigger like a whole series of missions and collections and collectibles. Maybe get some achievements and stuff because, oh my god, I'm definitely gonna be close in trying to get 200 polls by the end of this patch here. Because, yeah, if you look at the Warp Yell, you got the Fate's Gift where in like only in the next 15 days, if you do 100 polls, I mean 200 polls. Did I say 200 polls? Or did I only say 100 the first time? You do 200 polls and you just get a free light cone, so that's definitely pretty nice, and I'm barely gonna make that, so I might as well try to scrape anything that I might get, even if it means I have to talk to every goddamn person on this fucking ship planet thing. Seriously, you have any idea how big the Xianzhou Luofu is? It's literally built around a freaking planet. Like, imagine if you look up in the sky, instead of the moon, you see a fucking boat. That's how big the whole goddamn thing. Probably even bigger. Little celestial bodies vary in size, so probably something Earth size or bigger. Because apparently it's like being ran by the internal core of that planet. I think. Maybe. I don't know. I kind of missed that whole part, but it's really freaking huge. Like, sometime during Amphorius, like the Xianzhou, you can actually see a wide view of it, and it is fucking massive. Hertz Space Station, that's damn big, but this is so much. I feel like it just reflects on how many freaking locales this place has. But anyway, before I get started with that, I'm gonna talk to some folks on the Express. Probably not Silver Wolf 999 over there. Wait, is that Silver Wolf 999? Oh, this is Silver Wolf 999. It just kind of varies if she's actually here IRL or not. So I'm gonna just start with her first.
After checking out the Star Rail Fest on Plain Arcadia, I suddenly felt a spark of inspiration to make a game of my own.
Ooh, really? You don't want to be a player anymore?
There's no conflict. What player doesn't want to become a game producer?
Fair.
With my experience dealing with the IPC, I've got enough material for a management sim.
Really? That's what you're going for? A management sim? Whatever, I definitely fuck with that. Ever played Spiritfarer? God, I loved it so goddamn much.
How about wall building simulator?
Huh?
Galaxy Rangers wouldn't be bad either. Perfect for a hardcore action game. Let's call it Grand Theft Demon Hunter.
I feel like there's a few MASH references in that. I want to play one based on the Astral Express. Yeah, I wonder what that kind of game would be like. Flashback to like the Express interior design game.
Why not make a wish first? Let me think. Better play it safe and pick something I'm familiar with. Like something starring the Stellaron Hunters.
Yeah, definitely make sure that you have some freaking copyright licensing for yourself. You know, make a patent for it. I don't know if you get patents on games, but regardless, if you don't, the IPC are probably gonna snatch it up, but wouldn't be the first time they try to market off the Stellaron Hunters while also making them the most wanted criminals in the universe. Just saying. Sorry, I'm just like really kind of lower energy, so I just chuck in this coffee at 8:13 at night. Too much. Thank God I wore a black shirt. How about a psychological horror game? Stellaron Hill.
Alright, you win. When it comes to imagination, you're truly in a league of your own.
That's pretty cool. I don't remember really doing that very much. Topaz is over there with Numby, but... Ugh, God, I guess I'll go over there.
Is there any food on the express? I think Numby's hungry.
Feed Numby as trick snack? What the hell kind of noise was that? Not like you could really hear it, because goddamn, struggling just to get the audio to fucking work right now.
Afraid Numby's not a fan. I'm just gonna take them to the dining carriage. Let's go, Numby.
Nice, simple conversation. At least it was for Numby. Numby's cool. I mean, I guess Topaz is alright now. But still, she's an IPC lackey. And she's actually kind of into it. Oh! Speaking about lackeys, we got this guy that had to get contracted into them under Pearl. Oh, hey Bella Knox, nice to see you. Welcome to the stream. I'm just getting started. I'm just chatting it up with some folks on the Express. I'm here speaking with Ashveil. It's been a while since I talked to him on the Express. I think last time he was bitching that he made his own line of Ashveil, Ashen Detective merch, and they were kind of dog shit. And he didn't make any sales, really.
The Phantom Moon games are in full swing. Want to try to win big with a bet? I've studied all kinds of competitions over the years, and my greatest advice for you is... don't ever put all your bananas in the same fridge.
But it's all or nothing now.
That type of betting only works for the reckless and ridiculously lucky.
Honestly, I kind of forgot about the Phantasmic games in the first place because there's so much other bullshit going on.
I got hooked on horse racing for a time, chasing a better life. Oh, the horse's gait, the jockey's handling, the pre-race positioning. It all followed discernible patterns. In summary, it's all about observation, analysis, and deduction. The same method applies to all other competition analysis, such as the Phantom Moon games.
Well, I'm the main character. Go in on me.
I'll give you this one for free. Never reveal your bets to anyone before the results come out. But, I'm always here if you fancy going over the odds.
So you'll explain your process, but you're not actually going to tell us what you're actually going to put your money on. Kind of cheeky, Ashveil. A little cheeky. But, oh well, let's get to the thing that I'm going to be doing today. Finally. So how's it going there, Bella Knox? How you feeling today? Because I'm just a little sluggish. I just choked down some of my coffee. Okay, where do we go? I think I'm probably just gonna end up going in this area. It's been a while since I did something like that, and I just feel intimidated by how many fucking people are in Central Starskiff Haven. Where to start? Let's just go over here.
All this free time, why not make the most of it with a game?
Yeah.
Did we get bamboozled?
Let me change my team, though. So that Trailblazer's here. What the hell? Where are my fucking team? Good enough. Hey there. God, it's been a while since I've been to this pawn shop.
We have some amazing goods left over for you here at Jeweler's Pagoda.
Very enthusiastic, mate. I mean, calm, but lacking in energy. But God, it was definitely nice actually being greeted by this, and he's not like shoving your face with his products. Abacuses, books, and silver, all of the finest quality. Taking one without the others would be such a shame. Okay, now he feels more barcodeable. I had an awkward day, some pain, but I still did some research. That's very good. That's definitely very nice that you're just still working through what you're trying to do. Honestly, just having anything to focus on is something that can just really get you through the day. But yeah, I hope that you'll feel a little bit better, a little bit calmer after after watching this or doing this. I don't know. You could probably keep watching if you want, but I didn't realize there was a point where you could talk to Pearl and she gives some gossip about the stone hearts. Oh, probably. I wouldn't be surprised that she would actually gab about other people, about her coworkers, since they seem pretty tight. Obviously, Jaden and Topaz seem pretty damn connected, and unfortunately, Ventry's kind of not that far from them. Then I hate to say it, those two are probably the more tolerable ones that he could be around. Anyway. Let's see. Whether you have something to pawn or just wish to chat, I'm always at your service. If you have other plans, I'm always at your service. You earned a great fortune from the previous crisis, didn't you? You must be teasing me. If the crisis has been an ordinary one, it would indeed have been a perfect time to buy low and sell high. You'll have plenty of time on the Xianzhou to wait for prices to rise, after all. Oh, right, I kind of forgot all these people have lived for hundreds, if not thousands of years. They could literally wait out any kind of financial crisis, I suppose. But the Ambrosial Arbor is no ordinary crisis. It put everyone on edge, and my pawn shop was no exception. Even as someone born and raised on Xianzhou, it was the first time I had seen something as serious as this. I even considered closing my shop to hide at home. Oh boy. To everyone's relief, the crisis is over now. The Ambrosial Arbor has stopped growing, allowing our lives to get back to normal. As for your words, I'll take them as your sincere blessing to my shop. Yeah, nice. Wait, you think there's like a little bit of veracity that's probably in the center of the tree or something? Now I'm just kind of paranoid that there's going to be like some little bitey gremlin sitting at the bottom of all the abundance trees in the universe. She also talks about other stuff. I'm working on adding on it to the script so much for a short video. Yeah, I kind of figure if you really want to be in depth, I would probably say so. If it was something like 8 minutes, I find not really much to it, but that's kind of like just touching a base on that. You'd probably have to drone on for like 20 minutes if you really want to get into something. Which, fair enough.
Abacuses,
I think he had some
books, and
other shit to say.
silver, all of the finest quality.
But I wish to chat with you a
Taking
little
one without
longer.
the others would...
You're too polite. To conduct business, one must first engage in chat. I'm willing to chat with you. I wish to hear some amusing stories about this profession. I'm not sure if I'd call these events amusing, but there was once a customer who came in and hoped I would raise the prices of the jewelry pieces in the shop. I gathered his motive and agreed instantly. Wait, what? After a while, he came in with his lady friend. I tried my best to weave wonderful tales for each and every jewelry piece, and raised their prices beyond what he could afford. Later, we left gaily as we completed the trade, and ended the affair on a happy note. Where did this Mr. Moneybags come from? He is no wealthy man, just a prideful one. Ooh. Don't worry. When the time came to pay, he only had to pay the original price. Ah, I see that. Just being like, hey, bud, you mind doing me a solid and just hike up the prices so that my honey thinks that I like a wealthy bitch? Sure thing, dog. I got you, bro. Is a pawnbroker highly lucrative? Yeah, I was just hoping to make a short or something, then move on. Yeah, sometimes you think something's a little bit bigger than it's gonna be. Who knows? Maybe you can at least tease a little bit and then it'll get you to like a longer form video. But it just kind of depends on how long you really are willing to make it. I mean, do you want to have it like be 8 minutes long or 20 minutes? It really depends, because if it's like some kind of tidbit for like 10 minutes, that might be something. But if it's like really in-depth, 20 is definitely pretty stretching it. If it's like going on for like 40 minutes, I'd probably say, yeah, you definitely need to cut some bits in things. That or just, I don't know, make like 2 separate ones where it's like, sure, you're kind of like getting into the meat potatoes of her like lore and story, or any in-depth speculative stuff. Just kind of do something like either like speculative or like hard facts about her. That or just do some goofy shit about it for like another video if you really want to do something else, just to add like the gossipy stuff. Let's see. Pawnbroker. Highly lucrative? Is that a highly lucrative line of work? Not at all. The Jeweler's Pagoda has been open for hundreds of years, and I've never had a chance to make a killing. It's all slow and steady, and I can barely make ends meet. You may not know this, but antique collecting on the Xianzhou has always been a vague market, as are the prices of antiques. Cultural value aside, do you think the Xianzhou natives consider antiques important? What's saddening is the most Xianzhou natives are dismissively uninterested in centuries-old ornaments. If a customer here did not think an antique valuable, it wouldn't be very appropriate for us to pawn them at exorbitant prices, would it? I have your honored outworlders to be thankful for. Antiques and cultural artifacts all belong where they are. Nice can still earn a little off the top. Do you have interest in collaterals? Of course, the Supreme Fortune Cat is about to reach its maturity date, and no one has redeemed it. There's an old saying that a cat bathing itself heralds a customer's arrival. That's why we must have a Supreme Fortune Cat in our pawn shop, to herald tidings of good fortune. If you're interested in opening a shop, you can consider preparing one. Nah, I'm good. I think I've ran plenty of other businesses before. You're too kind. You're welcome back anytime. Alright, maybe I'll have some strail after chatting it up with some of these folks. Is there anything up here? Oh, hello, sir. Why do you look so glum? The fishtail has completely lost its chewiness. Even if you stew it with jellyfish to blend the texture, it'll only add to your troubles. Yeah, forget it. I think I even seriously reminisce on the dish's taste. I think I'd throw up on the spot if I gave it any further thought. Which restaurant tastes bad exactly? Yeah, just for future references. Which one's bad? You're funny. All of them are bad. What? I suggest for all the chefs at Starskiff Haven to complete to compete in a culinary showdown. Uh-oh. Those who lose must close their restaurants. Whoa. The ones who win through sheer luck will have to pit their skills against me. I will personally drive all the chefs out of here. You a chef too? Sort of, though I'm just a regular customer here today. I don't really like telling people I'm a chef here. I mean, you can get a cooking job at Starskiff Haven as long as you have a pulse and know how to boil water. I both pity and love my passion, which is why I must draw the line with these amateurs. I hope you understand. I'm Gao Tang. I own a private kitchen at Xianzhou called the Garden of Gourmet. It might be a hole-in-the-wall restaurant, but compared to the rest of the Starskiff Haven, my humble restaurant respects all its customers. If your tummy is even the least bit hungry, I suggest you find another place this instant. Or you will be hostage to your hunger, and you will be forced into suffering in this place. It is simply not worth it. You think your standards might be a little bit high? Because, I mean, you're already saying everybody else's shop is dog shit, so I think you need to tone it down a little bit. You are mistaken. I have long forgotten the number of times I've lost my temper from the terrible food at Starskiff Haven. It is because my standards are high? Nay, it is a raw, visceral reaction to their food. You'll understand once you try. That's not right. It's best if you don't try. I'm sorry, I'm tooting my own horn again. Instead of throwing words at you, why not pop over at my restaurant for a taste? If you make a reservation now, I'll get a table in about 2 years. Oh, okay. Well, I guess he's definitely not blowing smoke up his ass. If he's booking out 2 years in advance. I see you have some interest in the arts of culinary persuasion as well. You're welcome to ask me anything. Oh, Jesus Christ. Well, given that it seems most people talk to about it don't seem interested or just think she's useless, maybe my research isn't nah, I'm pretty sure somebody's gonna be watching it. You think anybody's probably gonna be, talking to all the fucking NPCs in Honkai Star Rail? No, but I am. And all it takes is one. So I say just kind of do what it is. Do something that you're actually passionate about. And if somebody watches it, it's fine. If nobody watches it, that's also fine too. But it's out there. You've made something and you put it out there in the world. That's what I say. Honestly, I wasn't even sure I was going to do this today, but now I've perked back up. And now I feel like I'm probably going to crash if I take any more caffeine in me right now. Alright, let's get going. Let's see how arrogant this guy is. I want to have a chat with you. Oh, ask away. I have much to share, as long as it's about food. But seriously, I definitely need some more analytics about Pearl. I don't think I've really seen all that much about her. So, definitely kind of a smaller interest-based thing, but yeah, definitely not as much out there as far as I can tell. Yeah, no problem there. I appreciate that, Bella. Is it true that there's no good food at Starskiff Haven? As he just said, all of it's bad and he literally wants to make a competition just that all the losers have to shut their places down. Do you know how many people are serving food on the Luofu just in Starskiff Haven in the first place? There's like a 100 of them. Everybody has their little shack or stand or cart. Strictly speaking, Starskiff Haven's food isn't enough to sate your hunger. Whether it tastes good is another matter. Without stringent selection or pungent handling of ingredients, I refuse to accept food that's been made haphazardly. But don't worry, Starskiff Haven's food does not represent Xianzhou's culinary landscape. You can still find restaurants dedicated to the craft here. If nothing else, once you've tried the dishes at the Garden of Gourmet, I'm sure you will lose interest in this subpar fare. Well, what kind of food does the Garden of Gourmet serve? The restaurant's been making, sturgeons? Is that sturgeons? Whatever's that. What the fuck is that? This type of... Oh, I guess it is sturgeons. This type of fish returns once every 50 years and is a key ingredient of 5 Lords of Anna River. Yeah, I really gotta remind myself. I mean, I'm surprised there's even an antiquing business before with that guy before. Because how can he really define an antique? Is it something that's only 100 years old, 1,000 years old, maybe 10,000? I don't know how long these people lived. They probably think that's something that was like their childhood plaything or pendant is just kind of... It can't possibly be considered an antique. If you're, like, been the original owner of it. And then this guy, I can't imagine these guys would probably go insane for something that can only be produced every 50 years. And they can actually wait that long to do that. I mean, shoot, people would just be waiting around for, like, I don't know, peach season, or, I don't know, some other kind of limited run thing year-round, but no, they have to wait for literally fucking decades for any kind of specific ingredient to be used. This is why I do this, because I really gotta analyze about how the hell the dynamics of these people work when you live for hundreds and thousands of years. And it's a key ingredient. They live pretty long, so it's possible the antiques could be older than them. Yeah, there's definitely has to be a couple of things for them that are quite old. I mean, how old is, like, Yao Guang? Or Jin Yuan? Or, what about Grandpa? What about, Yunling's grandpa? How old the hell is he? He's a Xianzhou native, and he actually does look like an elderly man. It's ridiculous. The Garden of Gourmet, we extract the 3 crunchiest bones from the tail, boil them in a broth of myriad herbs, then grill them using fresh goat's fat paste. At the final stage, we slow fry them till the meaty bones are caramelized and crisp. Wait, are we supposed to eat the bones? Any step that is not up to snuff in the process, and I'll dump the dish entirely. This is also why the Garden of Gourmet has no menu. We only serve 1 table a day. Oh, that explains a lot. No wonder why there's such a long wait time for getting a table at your restaurant. No such thing as food too fine or meat too minced. Those of Xianzhou have lived for 1,000 years. Must be meticulous with what goes in our mouths. Yeah, I guess you guys could be a little bit picky about your palate. You probably really had developed it for quite some time. Literally, these people, like, just are born and they pick something and they just keep running with it. I mean, granted, that's how some people have just been. You just, you're born, you're raised to do, like, one thing, and you end up, like, doing that thing, like, really fucking good until you literally can't do it anymore physically. So yeah, I guess he would be probably the greatest gourmet in the universe compared to all of us short mortal beings. You speak with such passion when discussing cuisine. I mean, I do like the way that he was talking about the process of cooking. We are all in some way shaped by our food. You wouldn't want to be made shoddily, would you? Nah, I'm happy with just like my messy fried egg on a bun with a bit of cheese. God, that is so good. Maybe put some hot sauce on it. I'm not too picky. I thought so. I noticed you are an outworlder. Your food tapestry must be limited, so you must make wiser choices. To be strict with what you eat is to be strict with the reason why we are people. Was there anything else he had
Haven
something to
is where
say?
the art of cooking goes to die on the Xianzhou Luofu.
Oh shit, I probably should have skipped all that. That seems different. Don't say it's bursting with juices if you can't cook it this way. Just write stir-fried or something. The way I see Starskiff Haven, it's a sort of promised land. Even chefs who've lost their taste buds can find new beginnings here. Young lady, fancy bumping into you again. What will you have? Don't forget to make a reservation at the Garden of Gourmet and stop wasting your time at Starskiff Haven. What can I do for you? Dude, I can pretty much dine every day of the week in Starskiff Haven and probably not go to the same person twice, and I'd still be waiting for a table at your restaurant. How about the Ambrosial Arbor? No offense, but I'm not interested in that topic. So, what if it grows or not? Filling up my stomach is the top priority. I'm not concerned about things other than eating and cooking. So, let's talk about food. Nah, I'm good. Wait, was this the restaurant he was making digs at? People are always drawn to exploring the world behind the locked gates, but the gates have no desire of letting you in. The locked gate must have an element of a crime scene pictured by most people. Ooh, mysterious. Just like humans, every gate has its own secret. Okay. I just like that there's just obviously, yeah, these doors ain't gonna open, but I'll just make you imagine what could be behind them.
The Celestial Hall is really dazzling.
Big sister, we meet again. What can I do for you this time? I want to have a chat with you. Sure, big sister. What do you want us to talk about? What about the Celestial Lady? Sure, I'm young, but I know lots and lots of stories about the Celestial Lady. Let me see, I'll tell you this one then. There was a wealthy merchant in town. Everyone called him Kind Joe because he always helped people. But fate was mean to him. His son was born a dummy and had difficulties doing everything. Kind Joe asked everywhere for help, but no one could cure his son. Then he heard about what the Celestial Lady could do, and he made his way to our village. She didn't want to help him at first, but she listened to everyone who put in a word for Kind Joe about how he helps everyone. So she had mercy on him in the end. People say she flew on a cloud and returned to where the egg fell. Made a medicine, gave it to the kind man, and told him to take it on time. That medicine was a miracle, and Kind Joe's son took it. He suddenly said the word father. And when the son grew up, he even passed his exams with flying colors and became an official. Not just that, people said that Kind Joe's chickens and dogs stole the pellet and became divine beasts that could talk. They even lived for many, many years. My parents always taught me to do lots of good deeds like Kind Joe. That way, Veggie and I could become Celestials too. Oh, I wonder how Veggie's doing. Veggie's my dog. Aren't the Celestial Lady's stories so amazingly... Phew. Storytelling is hard work. If you want more, I'll tell you other stories about her next time. Well, how did you get to the Xianzhou? Xianzhou? You mean the Celestial Hall? I was cutting wood in the mountains one day when I saw a giant ship. Not the type that floats on water, but one that floats in the air like a feather. It floated towards the temple we built for the Celestial Lady. I thought it must be other Celestials here to take her back, so I ran and ran. I saw that the ship had landed, and there was a hole at the bottom. It's weird. Miss, how could a ship still sail with a hole in it? Anyway, I climbed in and fell asleep. The next thing I knew, I was here at the Celestial Hall. I think you may have fallen asleep. I was tired from all that running. And then some Celestial soldiers in armor discovered me. They gave me a poke with some needle, and I could suddenly understand Celestial speak. They asked me a few questions and then dressed me in new clothes. These clothes have no holes or patches on them. So pretty. How do you take care of yourself here? Yeah, he kind of seems like somebody that was probably on some planet. I mean, there was like that tag on his name where he was like an elixir seeker, so I guess he was a follower of them. I feel like I did a mission with this guy. But yeah, looks like the Xianzhou Luofu probably made touchdown on some planet and ended up doing whatever that they were doing there, and this poor kid snuck aboard. But yeah, how the hell do you take care of yourself? I mean, at least nice that they gave you some new threads. I'm young, but I've lived through plenty of droughts and floods. I'm so awesome that I can go for 3 straight days without food. That is not a good thing. Wow. This kid is so pitiful. I'm so sorry for this kid. But thanks for the kind celestials in the Celestial Hall. I have food and a place to live. That storyteller mister at Sleepless Earl gives me money for listening to my stories. He's so good. Oh, cool. Somebody actually is giving him shelter and taking care of him. And giving him work. Don't worry, miss. I heard that one day in heaven is a year on land. Time is running out. I'll go home once I find the Celestial Lady and get celestial medicine from her. Bye-bye. I need to keep searching for the Celestial Lady, miss. Your dreams will certainly come true as well in the Xianzhou. Oh, you poor little kid. Kind of weird that he's labeled a teenager. It's just a little awkward that it's just back like when Genshin, it was just like the adult NPCs and then the child NPCs, and there's no in between here. They did it in Genshin. They brought that over in Genshin, but it's not here yet, so it's a little awkward seeing like somebody that barely comes up to my waist being a teenager. But then again, he definitely seemed like he was on a pretty shitty planet, and he was very malnourished and poor. So I guess he's kind of got the Dory treatment. A tattered courier package is left abandoned on the ground. The bright red stamp of "Returned" on the bill signifies its fate. 999 Junming Baugh's Roses is written on the goods column. The expensive flowers laying quietly on the tattered courier package reflect the love life of their sender. Let's open it. You open the pitiful package, and a letter falls out and slips in between your fingers. A refreshing and pleasant scent wafts from the paper. Can't help but reading it. Well, I've already opened it, so let's root through somebody's love letters. Chen, I hope everything goes well on your side. Although you aren't around, I can always feel your presence on my side. I can feel your presence, like the breeze blowing against my face when the streams flow along the valley and run across the delves. Very poetic. I try to memorize you when you're around, like I'm learning to admire the most romantic poem as a student at the academy. I scrutinize the sentences that represent you, and try to remember every single one of them. The writer must be a fan of the exclamation point. Yeah. Probably should have put some more oomph in that. Once again, please allow me to ask with all my sincerity. Would you be my lover? I'll wait for your answer forever. The answer almost sounds like an imploration. You fold up the letter, and it seems like the breeze has an exclamation mark too, as it starts gaining intensity. Sadly, that's the writer receives in reply, and the right red return stamp. Ouch. Another gust of wind comes, taking the letter away from your fingers. It drips off into its demise, like the love life of the sender. Aw. That was beautiful. It's so tragic. Especially after talking with this poor kid. Damn. Wait, Sushang!
Song Lotus Cake.
It's actually Sushang, right? Not another Furbo. God, I don't trust the Furbos anymore. I'm fucked up by the Furbos. I keep thinking it might be an imposter, but no. This is actually Sushang. How's it going, girly? Oh, you're here! Are we gearing up for another ghost hunting mission? You could have just said something in a group chat. I go the extra mile. I bet you missed me. Yeah, I suppose so. Again, I was very concerned if you were a Furbo or not, but thankfully they can literally not be here. Although there are Heliopi. Did your team manage to get to challenge Yanqing at the end? Right, this is the war dance talk. Don't even get me started. Thanks to Little Gwei, every time we got eliminated, the popularity votes come pouring in like there's no tomorrow. After coming back via repesage, what the hell does that mean? Like an encore? Via resepage 3 times. The guy said that I had to get in the ring and fight instead of sitting on the sidelines. So I had no choice but to step up and enjoy the fray. In the end, we came back 4 more times. We were completely worn out, but we couldn't bear to let Little Gwei down, so we had to bite the bullet and keep pushing through. Were they just part of the war dance just so Guanaifen can get some views? Fair. Luckily, that Argentine gentleman saw our troubles right away and didn't make us go through the ringer for the 8th time. What a great day. 8th time? Jesus. Criminy. Well, wow. Also, Argentine mentioned, yay! I would clap, but I'm afraid that I'm gonna lose my audio if I move my controller. Still have to thank Little Gwei. After this ordeal, my fighting skills have improved by leaps and bounds. Who knows, I might just end up defeating Yanqing, becoming the top sword master in the entire alliance. Alright. Wait, there was probably something else going on here. Allie has been through a lot, right? She was part of the Arum Valley Development Program. Indeed, it is a miracle. Although it's tiring, being a part of something like this gives me so much sense of achievement. I'm given such a warm reception every time I visit there. They see me as their hero. Ultimately, the people brought about the miracle with their own efforts. We were too at the best at driving force behind it. Let's not be arrogant or complacent. I have to be honest, I actually did kind of go through a bit of the storyline there. But I remember Scott. Ooh, Scott. That scoundrel Scott. In the end, we ended up beating him in his own game and made him bark like a dog for it. I miss Scott. Let's do a little more chatting. What have you been up to recently? Oh, the usual. Duty shifts, listening to stories, and playing the hero. Lately, Luofu's been so safe that I haven't had a single chance to play the hero. My trusting sword is gathering dust. Your trusty sword is gathering dust. Fuck. Any good news? Any good news stories worth checking out? Yeah, I might want to try to do like an expo at the Perbobo weekly. Yeah, it was good. I mean, imagine if we could keep him being alive. About the other cat and mouse games we could play, all the humiliation we could give him, the animal sounds we would make him choke out when he loses. Remember the time we made him shit himself? That was hilarious. Have you listened to Wrath of Merlin's Claw? It's a new release by Mr. Jian, and it's absolutely thrilling. It tells the story of General Fei Xiao, the Merlin's Claw, whose strategic genius leads her to defeat the Borson army 3 times.
Alas, I won't spoil it for you. Go check it out, and we can chat about the plot afterward. And how about the ghost hunting squad? Things are going great. Little Gwei's popularity is on the rise. And sometimes she's even getting invited by newspapers as a special expert on supernatural phenomena. Now that's something to write home about. And Wawa's really getting gutsy these days. She's also becoming more skilled at the judge's work. Like shooting fish in a barrow. Like shooting fish in a barrow. Honestly, I've never quite understood that phrase. What on earth is fish in a barrow? I think you mean fish in a barrel. Come on, barrow and barrel are pretty much the same thing. Just like a hair's breadth apart, but seriously, why are fish even in a barrel to begin with? Don't they usually live in the waters? It's just a turn of phrase there. Alright, go take care of your stuff. Next time you're free, let's get the ghost hunting squad together for a proper catch-up. Yeah, I think they actually had like a booth during like one of the Plain Arcadia events that was at Seafield City too. So we got to see it then. I think they actually put bunny ears on Blade. It was hilarious. They just plopped it on his head and he just kind of rolled with it. Granted, I think Gwynnifin did say that his face is scary. Hello there, ma'am.
Although the store is still undergoing renovations, it's open for business as usual.
Look at your usual garb, though underneath all that low-profile black and gold lies, telltale signs of luxury. It's not Xianzhou clothes, and I pity it at that. Incidentally, our tailors have come up with a few pieces from the Everyouth line. It's a custom line that are about to launch. It hasn't been officially released to the public yet. Hold on while I get a colleague to bring it out for you to try on. Would you like to take a look at anything else in the meantime? I don't really want to talk about the Ambrosial Arbor. About your shop, I'm somewhat curious. Do tell. What's the difference between haute couture and ready-made? Haute couture clothing is premium items that are custom tailored. The tailor personally handcrafts everything and quantity is limited. Every customer's size must be adhered to, with their finer adjustments made to the completed article after. Our Hator lines are all styled by Xianzhou Designs. We're not the bandwagon type. Each series is specifically themed and packaged. Ready-made clothes cost much less than haute couture clothes, plebeians, if you will, and can't be considered trendy. Tailors will slap out-of-style patterns on these days and hail them as classics of the heyday. Sometimes they don't even bother with any designs and plaster the clothes with their shop logo. And they're a hit with Outworlders for some reason. I hear used clothes have been auctioned off for ridiculous prices. It's an affront to the industry, I say. Yeah, I definitely think that's just a dig at modern-day fashion sense. I mean, at the very least, I mean, I'm wearing something that's personally made. I literally, this is my anime shirt that I made back in high school. So, I at least feel somewhat proud of it today, not some kind of store branding thing. Honestly, I'm just kind of whatever's keeping me clothed. I actually ended up getting rid of a few clothes just because I had so much shit that I need to get rid of. But I want to wear nicer stuff too. Like I got some fancy, nice leather jacket too. Although I haven't worn it yet. That sucks. You have any outfit recommendations? Pick a simple style, and never blindly go for the complicated. Our shop's advice is to stay away from the gaudy when buying haute couture pieces. Get the more obscure ones instead. That is the style befitting Xianzhou's elegance. To elaborate, when it comes to picking fabric and color, pick Items that are skin-friendly and of neutral tones, such as wool-made ones, in colors like dark, brown, and almond. A true mark of the Xianzhou native is to buy the right one, not the most expensive one. Has Jingyuan recently visited your shop? Ooh. The general has visited before, but it was a wayward occasion. Madam, Qingzhu of the Seat of Divine Foresight previously made a tailor's appointment with us, but when General Jingyuan arrived, he just picked the cheapest ready-made clothes before trying to leave. What the fuck? Dude, you're the fucking general of the Xianzhou. I think you could probably pick something a little bit nicer than something that's probably like, I don't know, some kind of... I don't know, just something off the rack that's probably gonna fall apart after like 2 uses. Persuaded by Madame Qingzhu, he recently let our tailors measure him. But while we were fussing over him, the general closed his eyes and fell asleep. What the hell? Dude, have you ever actually got to get measured for stuff? I mean, you definitely have to be standing up for most of it. If you really want proper measurements. We arranged for the Seat's soldiers to help the general head back. But as soon as those cloud knights arrived, the general became energized and quickly left, as if the weariness wasn't ever there. What the hell? Bro just likes the power nap. Wow, the beam's real. He really... I didn't realize how fucking actually sleepy he is. He just fell asleep he slept on his feet. That is ridiculous. I remember. I think he ordered dress attire for formal occasions. Oh, well, at least he got some nice clothes afterwards. It is Cloud Breath's sleeve's honor to have entertained an esteemed guest such as yourself. Do let us know in advance the next time you come. We'll close up the store just to specially welcome you. Nice. Oh, there's another box over here. Yoink. The courier package is stuffed to the brim. Judging from the bulging of the box, you surmise there must be lots of things inside. Yeah, don't overpack your boxes, man. Granted, I also hate it when you have, like, a giant-ass box with, like, one itty-bitty thing. Like, imagine you just have, like, a box for, like, your mouse or something like that size, and you have a box that's, like, this big. Like 10 times bigger than it needs to be. Neither the sender's address nor the recipient's info is on the digital label. Should you open it? Yes. It's just been sitting here for the past year. That I've been playing, at least. The Xianzhou property law places the right of ownership of any unowned courier package on the first person to find it. First of all, there's dozens of toy figures. Ooh. Each has a different shape, and the only thing that they share is that they're all unopened and in pristine condition. Ooh. What are they? Are they some, like Figmas? Is it like a Sampo statue? Damn, I'd fuck with that. A protective film covers the whole of this section, and they're dressed pretty skimpily. I just thought about Sampo in, like, I don't know, a cute, skimpy cat girl outfit. That's gonna sit with me for a bit. Next up, there's a stacked photo album. Judging from the worn edges, the owner must have spent countless hours poring over these by candlelight, unable to turn away. The content of the images is enough to turn you red as a beetroot. Did I just find somebody's, smut? Did I find, like, a... Oh, God. Below this are small palm-sized boxes stuffed with small pictures. Probably some kind of card game. Oh, nice. Further on down, there's a gaming console plus several game discs. And even further down, nothing. Just a letter that opens with a heartbreaking line. Marriage is the tomb of love. I'm not sure about that, but it's the tomb of hobbies. Please, can the kind-hearted soul who finds this take care of my artist's collection of treasures? Thank you. Blindsided, you feel as though you've learned a valuable life lesson. Your eyes are glistening. This box is heavy. It contains the broken dreams of an adult. You decide to give him a home. Hooray! I got some golden trash. God, I feel a little dirty doing that. Okay, can't go over there. Guess I picked a pretty good corner to start here. Nice little gardens. It's just nice just seeing cute little gardens like this everywhere with nice blooms. Anything over here?
How I wish it would talk to me again.
Why would the vending machine talk to you? Is it like one of those fancy ones where it's just like, please mind, it helped me out before when I was at rock bottom. Oh, I think she's for real about this. I thought it would be like one of those machines that would be like, okay, here's your beverage. Be careful since it's... Okay, I guess she's kind of getting over it then. I thought it would just be one of those machines to be, please mind that your hot beverage, please have a nice day. Oh. Can't go over there neither. I have all this other space and I've talked to like 5 people. Ooh. How about some snacks? Tuck spare wraps, Song Lotus cakes. Come get them while they're hot. That does sound wonderful. I wish I could have like that whole thing of buns there. Just not like one basket of it, the whole fucking lot. Greetings, would you like some cheap but delicious Luofu snacks? Man, that gourmet guy was definitely serious about his craft, but it's just nice to find something that's just wrapped in a bit of dough and hot to eat. Yeah, I think I'm probably good with this. I have oodles of money, but I'm not in the mood to actually buy this. Okay, maybe I'll bite. Thank you for stopping by. Hope to see you next time. Gladly. Oh yeah, I think this is probably where, yeah, Sleepless Earl. This is where that kid from before is staying. Hi, Ming Ming. Has Tingyun been by? I kind of didn't have the heart to tell her that Tingyun wasn't around anymore. But thankfully she is, so all's well. She was unaware. She didn't have to be heartbroken or anything.
Welcome to the Sleepless Earl. How many of you are there? Let me know if there's anything I can do.
It's you again. Welcome back to the Sleepless Earl. What can I get for you? Ah, I see. You've got more questions for me, do you? Go on. Just a couple things. Ah, you spotted that we're rather quiet right now. Alright, if there's any aspects of etiquette that you don't understand, ask me. I'll pick your brains about doing business. What are the rules of tea appreciation? It would take forever to explain all the rules. I'll just talk about the tea selection and water retention for now. Speaking of tea selection, take our Hunter Mofang tea as an example. The Sleepless Earl only picks the most precious buds, usually long, pointed, and covered in fine hairs. Oh yeah, the food in these games are fucking delectable looking. Like in Getchin, oh boy, they just have like a whole spread out there, and it's just like, oh boy, I wish I could dig in. Like going to the Collective of Plenty. It's just like a freaking cornucopia over there, and it would be like, here, take the food. Everybody gets like a shitload of food when they get there. But yeah, also here too, it's nice. Actually, I don't think I get to see too many food models here, but when I do, I definitely appreciate seeing it. And be like, what if I had something just like that? And maybe I'll cook it one day. I would like to make, like, dumpling wraps or something. As for the water retention, tea merchants always say that the mineral water is best, but the clear and ancient water of Scale Gorge Waterscape is the best. There's no better water for tea and alchemy than this. I'm also only learning and invite you to call me out if anything I've said is wrong. No, I say that stuff seems pretty... I wouldn't know anything different than what you just said. I figured you just, like, pick the leaves, let them dry, and if they didn't get mold on it, you got tea. You got tea leaves. What made you want to open up a tea house here? My parents opened this tea house, not me. The Sleepless Earl has been on Star Watcher Avenue for over 400 years. Tag wanted to be near to the port and all the tired and thirsty people nearby. It was always sure to be a booming business. We owe all our successes to the kindness of our customers. You are the model of a good young business owner. I'm not young. I'm just at the right age to take over the family business. People may always say we Foxians are naturals when it comes to business, but it really is all practice. Dad said he wanted to test me, so he left me the tea house and wandered off traveling with Mom. I'm still a long way off from being proficient in doing business. Wow, I guess they do have the power to do that, where it's just like, okay, daughter, you can run the business for a little while, just don't have it burned down. Me and Mom are gonna go vacation for the next 4 decades. Even now, I still have to ask Mr. Xinyan lots of questions. If you're willing to support me, please be generous with your criticism. That was definitely nice. Anything else that you had to say?
What can I interest you in?
Yeah, she's just gonna talk about the Emperor's Arbor. Shame we can't actually go into the tea house, but they definitely have a nice setup out here. It's lovely outside. Right, I remember having to do some kind of event with this guy. We were trying to make some kind of like Heroes Epic or whatever. I think Yangqing was probably involved somehow. But there definitely was a Videodara actor that was basically Yoda or something. I don't know. Or they just did a role like that because they're 700 years old and they're short.
Curved wood must be bent again to reach straightness, and finding truth from exaggerations and lies takes a knack.
Snobs, they come and snobs, they go, and good friends and manners are hard to come by. A storyteller on stage and a friend below. An acquaintance is worth more than thousands of gold. Unfortunately, you're still far too early for the show. But stick around and you don't mind listening to me chat about tea. Excuse me, what do you know about, Guqin music? Not a lot, but if you're asking, do you know any stories about Guqin? Or who knows about Guqin? I don't know if I'm saying that right. I don't think I'm gonna say any of this right. When you've come to the right place. So, you know about Miss Yuan Yun, who plays the Guqin at the Exalting Sanctum, right? If it's the Guqing, she'll definitely be able to help you. Okay, I guess I'm gonna have to inquire...
When it's friends against rails,
about
the
that.
money prevails.
About that. I've met your pet already? You got a pet? Ah, you met my little Yoichi. How about it? Isn't it fascinating? I don't know what the hell his pet was. It was probably weird. Indeed, I actually think this weirdness is what's most fascinating about it. Seriously, what the hell was his pet? So then, have you encountered any special circumstances? It chatted with me? It talks? Ah, it chatted with you? This looks like she wasn't lying. This bird can actually... Don't mind me. I'm just talking to myself. Oh, don't tell me it was like a side crane or something like that, was it? That would make sense. Was there anything else, such as, did it give you anything? I got a feather, apparently? I knew it's a gift of a feather to you. They're really good, and you should take good care of it. What's the feather for? Just look how light and transparent it is, like some small object sculpted from gemstone. Go sell it for money, or one feather is worth all you can earn across several days of storytelling. When you have the time, spare some time and chat with it more. I have to find myself busy with work, and I fear it grows lonely. Seeing as it only chats with you, perhaps it has taken a liking to you. It's the fucking bird for the, Memory of Chaos or something. Wait, no, not Memory of Chaos. One of the other fighting ones outside at the, on some other map. That's the freaking bird, side crane bird that you talk to start the fight. Goddamn. Family life must be weird when your parents leave for a decade because you're officially 20, but the size of a 5-year-old. Yeah, I mean, they physically are physically limited of what they could do, and mentally, I mean, maybe it might be a little rough. I mean, I can't imagine any 20-year-olds actually running a business, like, right off the bat, even if, like, their parents actually, like, taught them how to do a little bit of it. But who knows, maybe they're not even 20, heck. Like, Yukong's child, apparently, we got to meet her before her, like, coming-of-age ceremony, and I don't really know when the coming-of-age ceremony would come to these people. I mean, is, like, 20 officially an adult? Is it 30? Is it 50? How old is her daughter? I don't know. But then again, she is a Foxian, so it's a little different. It's a little shorter scale. Besides, those feathers are most assuredly really good. I have to be honest, I probably actually sold that feather.
When it's friends against trails, the money prevails.
Tell me something from the High Cloud Quintet. Ooh, story time about the High Cloud Quintet. I'd love to hear it. If the customer wishes for it, then allow me to regale you with a tale from the Transcendent Flash. We have to start off with that day of the year when Cloud Knight's draft soldiers. The parade squares was bustling with movement. Rows upon rows of Cloud Knight's soldiers surrounded a boxing ring in the middle of the square, forming a veritable moat. This ring towered over 15 feet, and it stood as a ringmaster. His visage scarred and brutish. This man was tempered in battle, a stark contrast to those greenhorns below the ring. Soldiers, I am Ringmaster Moa. I intend to come to the Xianzhou Luofu to partake in the Sword Championship Summit, but I miscalculated the intergalactic time. So I specifically built this ring, in which I hope to compare my might to your soldiers. This burly fellow had traversed the interstellar portals merely to pit his skills in a martial arts competition. Just martial competition. There would have always been such a foreign swordmaster in past sword champ. I can't fucking read. Pronounce Chinese names. I can barely pronounce just regular English words. Past sword champion summits who would participate in duels, and many of them would be extremely skilled. The blade is blind. If I were to slay any challengers before the Clad Knights, it does not fit decorum, and I would be forfeiting my life. The man pointed to the aortic alloy dummy in the ring and proclaimed, "Therefore, I want to see whose sword skill is the better. If I were proven to be the better, may the Clad Knight General confer onto me the official title." A silver-haired general sitting beneath the ring smiled as he looked at the ringmaster, lazily proclaiming, "That could be arranged." It's General Jin Yuan! None was a match before this target dummy forged from alien aortic alloy. Be it newbie Cloud Knight, or even the most experienced veterans, the stronger soldiers could leave a mark on the dummy, but the weaker ones could leave nary a scratch. This burly fellow kept shaking his head at the Cloud Knight soldiers' swordsmanship, and spoke again. "Thus ends the 100-men sword trial. To think none could harm this meager dummy. Watch my blade." It was a sight to behold. The scarred man took up a Clad Knight's blunt sword with a silvery flash. This meteoric alloy dummy was instantly cleaved in two. The parade square roared with cheers, for it was the first time many recruits had seen such a feat. If there are no more skilled challengers in this parade square, I would ask for not just an official title, but to be wreathed in flowers and paraded through the streets for all to see. A Clad Knight's captain eyed the ring, and before the sacred swordsman could finish his sentence, the captain pushed himself off the ground with his feet, sprang up to the ring, and flashed his sword at the broken dummy, turning the dummy into pieces. Oh. The scarred swordsman's face palled at the signal straight. He had not expected such a talent among the Clad Knights, but he feigned composure. This captain does have some skill. Yeah, that's why he's the fucking captain, bitch. And he's a general now. But I can't leave this ring without having learned a thing or two from the Transcendent Flash. Who among you is the Transcendent Flash? Hurry up and let yours truly witness your strength. The soldiers murmured among themselves. No one confronted him. The recruits were unhappy about this man's shamefulness. They also wished to know the power of the Transcendent Flash. Right then, a silver-haired soldier steadily climbed onto the ring. The entire parade square immediately fell silent, as if beholding a lofty moonlight streak whisking past. Everyone held their breaths. Those who wish to see my sword, come and see it. It's the Flash. It's the Transcendent Flash! But this dummy has been shredded to pieces. How would one be able to judge the strength of a blade? The ivory-haired soldier unsheathed the prized sword gifted by a friend and swung it in the air. In an instant, it was as if day turned into night over the parade square, and time itself had reverted. When everyone came to their sentence, the Transcendent Flash had already sheathed the blade. But the dizzying feeling of vertigo persisted. Everyone in the parade square was thinking of the exact same thing. This strike had sliced through time itself. Time, flowing slowly and silently, is supposed to trickle steadily like water. It should have been impossible to deliver a water-severing strike. But this slash had indeed pierced time itself. With this decisive strike, the result of the ring had become inconsequential. Alright, that was nice. I think I'm pretty good with him. Oh look, it's another IPC specialist.
White bubbles roll around the cup like clouds, and the aroma is striking. A good tea. A good tea indeed.
Soil that does not deplete, but self-replicates. Is there really such an incredible tech aboard Xianzhou? Ah, our girl is back. Have you come to chat with me, or is there something else? I think I did have to do some shit for this guy before. Don't be a stranger. What do you want to talk about? I want to ask about some Xianzhou trivia. I heard an interesting rumor from the head of the Skyfaring Commission. I went to a meeting between the Skyfaring Commission and the Xianzhou Traders' representatives. I saw Madame Yukong's beloved bow. It really is a fine weapon. But upon closer inspection, I discovered it wasn't a real bow. Her arrows are actually self-guided auto-aimed ones, and drawing the bow is just used to give a sense of antiquity. The Xianzhou natives like using a few tricks to mask their strength. It's probably connected to their propensity for humility. That's definitely very interesting. Then again, I don't think I've actually ever actively played Yukong in any team. I don't even think I really have her built at all. I mean, I definitely threw relics, any relevant relics that I could put on all of my characters just to have them on board. Literally the best that they got, that I have already in stock, and they're still pretty dog shit. So nothing's leveled. I did raise her level just so it gets free pulls on the standard banner, and that's pretty much it. So I don't know about her fighting style in active combat. You came to the Xianzhou on a trade mission for the IPC. Like Scott. That's something we could talk about. Well, to be honest, we offered a handsome price for some of Xianzhou's proud technological achievements. But negotiations didn't actually go so well. But I trust that the Xianzhou isn't a conservative place. Hard work always pays off, and breakthroughs are always possible. That's about as much as I can say on this. Hope you forgive me. Well, at least he's a man of principles. Have you got any advice for an Outworlder? I was gifted a manual when I first got here, called 100 Common Xianzhou Proverbs for Outworlders. It's a lousy title, but I know that the book itself is great. The book is really practical, mentioning tons of proverbs and saying that the Xianzhou natives commonly use. It's a fantastic window into Xianzhou culture, if that's something you'd be interested in. Is one of them shooting fish in a barrel? Because I don't think Sushang's aware of that. Alright, out we go with this guy.
Did I just get scammed?
Auspicious XP? Doesn't it feel just like... Okay, now he's speaking in numerals. That was like 15 before... 15... Are you trying to give me an old model? $15 and $14.
I recommend you pick the latest model, the Auspicious 15.
Alright, just link up with the Luofu internet and search for the Iridescent Parlor Talks Jade. You'll find some very detailed videos I've uploaded that review the auspicious... is it supposed to be called XV or is it 15? I'm just gonna go with 15. If you're ready to make a decision now, darling, I got a test unit set up here too. I guess they are talking about maybe numeral donation. I got some questions. I still got some questions. What does that mean? Alright, babe. What else would you like to ask? What is a Jade Abacus? Darling, to help you understand this as an Outworlder, you could think of a Jade Abacus as a kind of Jade computer unique to the Xianzhou. Every Jade Abacus contains a precise and meticulous engraved circuit and uses it to process complex calculations, just like the superconductor circuit boards common on your world. So, I think on just about every planet, they give some kind of explanation why they have some kind of thing that is almost exactly smartphones. Fair enough, considering every character literally has a phone case. Has a phone when you do the screen menu. It would be kind of awkward if they just didn't have that. But yeah, this is just like their explanation of why the Xianzhou natives basically have a smartphone. God, I wonder what the hell the explanation for the, I don't know, do they call it teleslates on Boreas? I think that's just like also smart rock. After the Jade Decipher workshop from the Artisan ship developed their standards for manufacture of civilian-purpose jade abaci, various brands have sprung into the market, but I still recommend the Auspicious as the best of the lot. So it's like the iPhone 15. Shit. That makes more sense. So you're uploading videos online? Right, she does videos and shit. All the hottest shopkeepers are making videos these days. Only old antiques dealers leave things up to luck. Desperate for passerbys to notice them. Besides, these are the adverts for my store. People like my videos, trust my products, and then come to the store to buy a jade abacus. That's how the video economy works. I never expected jade jewelry to be so popular. Definitely not. Ever seen jade? It's really pretty shit. Babe, please forgive me for speaking so frankly. It's not that jade jewelry is so popular here. It's just that Outworlders have an antiquated understanding of jadeware. Here aboard the Xianzhou, these jade items are not just beautiful stones. Right, they're bits of tech here. We literally have like our own jade abacus just for genuine. Just to have them on call if we really need them, and I'm pretty sure that just about every major situation we have, it's like, maybe we should call the general, let's call the general, let's call the general, and he like comes, it's like, nah, this is for free, this is a major issue here. Like, we can't just let the Aeon Anna just resurge itself or whatever. We can't let Amphorius just give birth to a new Lord Ravager and destroy literally all existence. So, yeah, I could see why he would just do that shit for free. I sense that you're a real fiend for tech. There isn't many people these days who can keep up with my sense of fashion. People around me are all out of touch. I often think that's out of the masses of people who pass as Starskiff Haven. Only I understand how powerful the new auspicious algorithm is. You know, everyone aboard Xianzhou looks really young at first glance, but as soon as they open their mouths to speak, you instantly realize how moldy they are from the inside out. I can't stand it. On Xianzhou, aging has nothing to do with your age. If your mind is old, then you truly are old. I'll definitely keep that in mind. Food for thought there. Damn, it's really weird thinking about. You think that things like, I don't know, the internet or trends would actually happen to beings that have lived for like centuries or decades longer than us? Like if humans ended up like living for like 500 years, you think we would probably operate like we do today with all the flash trends and all that? That probably wouldn't exist. Maybe. I don't know. They probably had that kind of shit back in Athens or some shit like that. Ooh. Ooh, another unclaimed package. This is an all-new courier package with no stickers or other labels attached that could indicate its identity. Not long before, a shifty guy with a blue cap abandoned it here for some reason. Just walked away without even a glance back. It goes without saying that the whole incident is suspicious from start to finish. Perhaps you should look into things more carefully. Let's look at the box. You stoop down to try and carefully read the text on the courier slip. But here are soulless mechanical security systems, they from within. Biometric data verified. Registered to... Oh, wait, why the hell does it know my name? Neutron bomb has been linked. Please do not leave the vicinity for our sensors. Countdown to detonation will start immediately at registrants. Biometric data cannot be sensed. Wait, what? Oh god, did I just activate a bomb? Oh, Jesus Christ, this is bad. Oh god, I don't want to blow up. I don't want to... Seriously, I got zapped so many goddamn times around the angry thunder coil. I don't want to actually blow up. I think I've seen how... Nah, I'm sure I'm gonna just panic. To be honest, you have no idea. In any case, this means that you'll probably have to carry it around with you everywhere. That is, if it really is actually a bomb. Yeah, that's what I need. I'm gonna have, like, the add-on. It's not like a hat. It's not like a little critter that's gonna follow me. It's just the Trailblazer has to have this box tucked under her arm the entire time. That's gonna be me for the rest of my life. After all, you wouldn't want to see it blow up in your face, would you? Oh, okay. I guess I really am just gonna carry it with me. What the absolute hell? This is gonna be sitting in my inventory now. Where the hell would it be? Holy shit, I didn't realize I had one of these things. Nice. I'm gonna use that on Hanya. But seriously, where the hell is it? Is it just like part of like this equipment here? I don't see it anywhere. I'm scared. I have a bomb that I'm carrying now. Oh, there it is. Small nuclear weapon. Its countdown will begin automatically when it no longer detects the restraint's vital signs. In other words, you can't just throw it away. God damn it. Maybe we can chuck it in a lake somewhere. Yeah, just be really quick about it. There's literally like a 5,000-foot drop right there. Just yeet. I mean, we've held on to worse. Yeah, never mind that that the Trailblazer literally got reborn with a bomb inside them. Speaking about dangerous weapons, what the hell is this thing doing laying up here and not a Cloud Knight in sight? This is a Cloud Knight standard issue Devastator glaive. There's a cold glint on the spine of the blade sometimes. You get the feeling that it could cut steel like butter. Butter. Ugh, sorry. I didn't really eat much before doing this. I literally had a bit of toast with butter on it. The blade leans against the corner alone, like a once majestic warrior curled up in a dusty corner begging for alms and looking piteous. Who, when, and why was such a weapon abandoned? Pick it up and play around with it? You've seen enough Cloud Knights brandishing their Devastator glaives around, so you hold the handle and swing around with ease. There's no swishing sound, just that of metal clanging on the ground. Ah! My blade! A man appears behind you, wearing a pained expression. Something in his expression betrays a sense of practice. A heirloom sword! How could you damage it like this? Pay me back! Hey, you're the one that left it here on this corner. What do you mean pay you back? Oh, here it comes. Every time I go off-world, I feel like it's a waste of time. I can't find any street cheats and experience a little about the dark side of humanity. The man grows serious, as if angered by your indifferent expression. Girl, do you realize how much effort goes into crafting one of these Devastator glaives for the Cloud Knights? Then he spouted industrial jargon about a propulsion weapon and monomolecular blade, filling the surrounding street with a hint of academia. So how are you gonna pay me back then? How about this mystery package? Let's see. What is this blade made of anyway? Ceramic? It's so fragile. Yeah, if this was a genuine glaive, then why the hell did it break so easy? I could see how you must be new around here, Outworlder. So I have a little history lesson. A long life species possession like this has a history of at least 800 years. To you, it may look like any ordinary blade, but in our eyes, it's a cultural relic that's broken enemy lines. It's fought through centuries of vicissitudes, slaying the abominations of abundance, as well as many a valiant enemy. Who could ever imagine its noble fate being in the hands of such an ignorant little pipsqueak? Hey, I'm not that tiny. At least I was big enough to actually lift the damn thing. Come on, I'm in a hurry. How much can you pay in damages? Well, if you were such a hurry, then why'd you have to give me a history of Cloud Knight armaments and shit? How can such a precious relic just be left on the street like this? Thank you. I get that option. Your straight up to the point remark shocked the man, rendering him speechless for a moment. Oh, I get it. Is this some kind of scam? He's trying to scam Outworlders he just leaves this thing here, lets them muck about with it until it breaks, and then it's like, you have to compensate me now. But really, it's just a cheap-ass pole. He probably has like 20 more of them around the corner. Don't get smart with me, Bissy. Seems like I'll have to teach you a lesson here that you won't soon forget. Uh-oh. You stand there in silence, looking on. The man's face turns blue and then white, as if realizing the mistake in what he just said. Finally, the stranger backs off and disappears into the street. Oh, thank goodness. I thought I was going to have to beat somebody's ass today. That was strange. Honestly, I thought that was going to be a bigger to-do than I thought. Oh, it's back and forth! I do have to be honest, I haven't seen the back and forth show, but I have heard about these twos.
Crosstalk Comedy 101. Swindling and cheating.
Let me show you what I can do. Recounting a restaurant menu. Steamed glam, steamed lamb, steamed lamb, steamed lamb. So your shop's only has one dish. Here comes our esteemed audience. Are you looking for something from us? Or do you want us to do another skit for you? Yeah, I'm not talking about the ambrosial arbor. I'm sick of the thing. About the Arum Alley Crosstalk Comedy recording. Right, there is like the mini back and forth show. Yes, we haven't thanked you properly for that. Oh yeah, we had actually worked with them, I suppose. Again, I gotta skip a lot of the shit from Arum Alley, to be honest. We weren't any good at crosstalk comedians, so we only recorded our performance for fun. As it turns out, people love it. Many have come these days to enjoy our performance and told us that they found out about us through All Auntie. If things go on at this rate, we'll soon be able to turn pro and be one of the mainstream talk cross comedians. Backen, I think you're getting a little carried away. Am I? I'm sorry about that. Neat.
Crosstalk Comedy 101. Swindling and cheating.
Alright, give me another skit worthy of my penny. I could give something worth a bit more than that. But I want to hear a skit, bro. You can't talk about Starskiff Haven without mentioning the Palace of Astrum. You can't talk about the Palace of Astrum without mentioning Madam Yukong. Alright, we got Yukong mentioned. I once saw Madam Yukong with her cloud kite resplendent longbow, shooting with tremendous accuracy from 100 feet away. Truly a sight to... Hang on! 100 feet? Are you saying if I stood 101 feet away, I could just pluck her arrows out of the air? It's a figure of speech. Generally speaking, Madame Yukong's arrows are a threat from even 5,000 feet. Yeah, because those aren't actually arrows. Those are mini-guided missiles. So, you're saying if I stood 5,001 feet away, I could catch her arrows? I think they would be awfully hot, though. Because of, you know, the missile fluid. Xianzhou profanity. Why do you have to catch her arrows? You guys practice? Yeah, what the hell are you doing your practice out here? We're both port workers, so we just come here to practice whenever we find time. It's not really convenient elsewhere. We're usually really busy and can never find the time. Luckily, the port is close by, so we can squeeze in some practice. It's the kind of thing you get better by practicing. Speaking of which, Mr. Ji Yan over at the Sleepless Earl is a fan of ours. So we sometimes perform a few skits at the tea house. So we don't earn much money, but the experience is priceless. We are gonna head to some bigger stages for our skits in the future. Right, my bro? Yeah, I'd say that they probably have decent chances. Then I'll have to give you... that I gotta get you an autograph while I can. Who knows how much it'll be worth in the future. I don't know, probably in like 100 years I doubt people are... Then again, I mean, who knows? Something as classic as like a back and forth show, that could probably go for a good long while. Yeah, I'll be back some other time. Alright, must be tired after listening for us for so long. Catch you next time! That was kind of funny with the arrow talk. That was cool.
I'm scared, sir.
Master, I'm nervous. Singing in public. This is what any theater troupe performer needs to go through. Yeah, I mean, didn't you see those twos over there? They're out practicing here. Once you've accepted your weaknesses... Yeah, this is taking a while. Then you're ready for the stage. Oh, I think the actual sky in the Xianzhou Luofu is actually a hologram. I mean, I'm not sure you could really tell it very easily here, but it definitely has like some like crosses, digital distortions going on, like looking down at that direction. It looks a lot better up front, but I think that's actually just an actual dome over here. But the rest is kind of fake. It's just a giant screen that's only like partially letting out the stars that are actually above them. Hello, do you have any recommended teas today? That wouldn't make sense. Yeah. I mean, an awfully big ship. You might as well put on a giant screen. Nothing beats Whale Tide Spring this time of year. There's actually lots of details to pay attention to when sampling tea. Oh, like what? Like the heat of the water, how long the tea was brewed in the water, the quality of the water. Why do I keep talking about the water? It's like, what makes a good New York? Can't please have a classical? God damn it, she just wants to have her water with sweet syrup. Works just fine. Jesus Christ, I've almost been at this for like 3.5 hours. 2.5 hours. Some of these do go for quite a bit.
Pay attention to traffic. Safety first.
Yeah, I definitely remember it probably happened to work with this guy. Accidents only take 1 second to happen, but the pain can last 1,000 years. Cherish life. Obey the law. Oh, it's you again. Yeah, it's like those people on TikTok, but who knows? Maybe something that actually... Maybe things wouldn't be like a flash trend or something like that. It would probably actually last more than like a few months. Maybe it would go maybe a decade or two, and you'd think, yeah, that was probably just a little trend. Meanwhile, people would probably make their entire careers out of it. Water Talk, I think it's called. Nice. What can I do for you today? Make it snappy, please. I'm kind of busy today. I want to ask something. Always ready to assuage the public's doubts. What part of my duty is a speed tester at the Scarefaring Commission as well? Just ask away. What do speed testers usually do? Do you literally just gauge if somebody's going too fast? I'm sure you have the technology to read that on your behalf. Are you interested in my everyday work? My everyday job is pretty boring. I just stand here and measure the speeds of every Starskiff going past. If I catch anyone speeding, I stop them and firmly educate them about the law. This job may be boring, but it's extremely important. Every year, many Xianzhou natives die a premature death due to dangerous driving, despite their natural longevity. Yeah, definitely. It's just kind of heartbreaking where it's like somebody is just like young and just out and free, and then they're dead for some reason because they got hit by a truck or whatever. They misstep on like a path and then they fuck up their leg for life. Or, you know, there actually was that story where that there was a woman that was born blind. Actually, people, it's just like something that, where it's like anybody that's born with like any kind of deficiency, like not being able to see or anything, no matter what they're gonna do, their bodies are just gonna like regenerate to its natural born state. So the lady couldn't actually like do anything to gain sight permanently. That would suck. Or you're mortal and you just, I don't know, you got no legs, or you can't see, or you just lost your sense of taste or something. God, that would... I mean, I'm sure you could still have, like, a fulfilling life, but people are really going to pity you. But then again, I guess it's not any different than what we do today in society. But it definitely sucks, because there literally is no way to fix them. It's just, you give them artificial eyes, it's probably going to just pop out of their head after X amount of years. It would probably hurt a lot, too. That's a pretty fucked up idea. Do many people speed? Actually, Xianzhou natives are relatively decent at driving. No offense intended. People here can live a very long life and are relatively calm, so they don't drive too fast. Yeah, again, you have all the time in the world. Why you gotta rush around? Huh? Got something important that you have to drive just a second longer? Out on the, well, I don't want to say roads. Everybody goes by Starskiff. But there's also some long-life species that don't obey the speed limit. They feel like they've lived for so long that nothing could possibly happen to them. So they speed like crazy in their Starskiffs, resulting in rather unfortunate situations. Oh, guys. Well, he is a Foxian, and they're kind of like all about that skiff. I don't think there's a Foxian that doesn't know how to do some crazy moves on a Starskiff, I believe. I've been thinking about how about I give a professional lecture about traffic safety for the public? I've come up with a name for it already. Tantan's Tenet. Or in tandem with Tantan. What do you think? I guess it's pretty interesting, but a little bit of a tongue twister. Yeah, no plastic surgery will fix disability from birth. Not without indulging in the abundance mutation arts. Oh, definitely. I'm pretty sure that's what the lady probably could have done, maybe. I don't know. She was definitely very integral to the plot, though. You're not wrong. Maybe there are other names that could roll off the tongue a little easier. Since my name's Tantan, it's a lecture about traffic safety. Why do I call it Traffic Safety with Tantan? Sorry, I gotta tickle my throat. Once I get some free time, I'll report back to the Skyfaring Commission and put in a submission for it. Does get very busy. Way too busy. It's one thing to measure every Starskiff speed, but it's another to count the number of Starskiff in rush hour traffic. If I have to enforce the law for each case, like I am right now, it's just another thing to do. My job is never done. Sometimes things get really complicated, like a hit and run during rush hour traffic. If only I had clones to get everything done. As much as I love this job, it's sometimes just too hard to handle. That's why I found a new traffic volunteers to help me out here. Say, if you got the spare time, wouldn't you like to contribute to the peace and order upon the Xianzhou? And actually, it's a volunteer position, but hope it's sending you home empty-handed. No. Does it get dangerous? In law enforcement circles, my job is pretty safe. There's no violent crime and no truly bad crooks. If there's a hit and run, I'd give chase in my Starskiff. I guess you could call that dangerous, then that's as dangerous as it gets. Judging by your appearance, you're no ordinary citizen. I bet my sense of danger doesn't really sound like much to you. Yeah, I'm like thinking, like, if you literally had like no limbs and stuff, I'm not sure if you could have like hard, like mechanical things. It would just have to be, you know, prosthetics and such. Not like some, like getting like the boot heel treatment either. Alright, I'll be sure to drive safe, man, because, oh god. Hey, he says that he pretty much has to, like, if he has to, like, ticket literally everybody, imagine if somebody be like, oh, I got this pile of barrel from, like, 50 years ago. Oh, looks like I forgot to pay off this, traffic violation ticket. And then, apparently, they realized that there was a warrant for the arrest, on another, pile from like 30 years prior. And then they realized that they'd probably been driving without a license for all this time. That would have been awkward. I think I kind of went all the way around here. Oh, looks like there was another one there. Package. I think I already clicked on this one. Randomly placed courier packages is likely to be the result of someone's impulsiveness. Yeah, there's a lot of just loose boxes and antiques everywhere. Oh, got another kiosk here. The musty old newsstand is still standing here, impassive as ever. It's been a while since you played the role of Mr. Carefree here, replying to correspondence, writing letters, and search for help. You roll up that dusty curtain once more, seeking confirmation that everything you've done actually has meaning. It worked. The previous letter and your reply have both disappeared from that filthy little box. Instead, a brand new letter has taken their place. What the hell? I guess I have been to this a couple of times. If I'm having some kind of weird correspondence with somebody. Dear Mr. Carefree, I never thought you'd write me back a letter after all these millennia. Thank you for your letter. I've read it over and over again. I'm speechless at your generosity. I'm afraid you may not know that the advisory letter you replied to was written by my grandfather. Back then, he was a deep trouble and impatient, seeking advice from you on a way out. But he never got that reply. However, it is very gratifying that my grandfather went with the letter's choice of a familial paycheck plan to forge a way out together. Time flies, and nearly 3 millennia have passed since then. Even though Grandpa has since fallen from being stricken with Mara, and has passed on to the next life in the Hall of Karma, we still follow his teachings. We have finally repaid the debt in full. We have finally lived up to our family's name. Grandpa used to always say, money has its price, but sincerity is priceless. People have their limits, but trust is limitless. Despite Grandpa's failing to receive your advice, if spirits really do exist, then he must be pleased as punch to know that you're in agreement with him. There's too much to say in such a hasty reply. Please take care of yourself. Oh, that's nice. I gave advice that came 3 centuries too late. Or millennia. That's like 1,000 years? 3,000 years too late. Shit. This correspondent seems delighted to have received another letter from Mr. Carefree after millennia. But you know that times have changed, and this correspondent is no longer the same person who had composed the initial letter. People change. You also know that it's impossible for you to stay here. Role-playing Mr. Carefree and solving problems for everyone for the rest of your life, no matter how much you want to. You're only a trailblazer. One of the innumerable passerbys of the Xianzhou Luofu. You have your own path to take, and so does this correspondent. As a trailblazer, this is something you know only all too well. This is the end of your correspondence in the House of Nepethine. You duck out of the dingy storefront, let down the curtain over the door, and leave. Oh, cool! I got some strails. Yeah, I think that's just the end of the path here. Now let's go through this garden here. Yeah, this wasn't available until the war dance ceremony was going on. And this would be the training grounds for March 7th, and we'd come up to this dummy for practice. Although I think we had like 5 different possibilities to, I don't know, screw up Scott's shit. Basically, I think Scott was like issuing some challenge to March 7th, and that's how they introduced, oh, she's gonna be a hunt character. We're gonna give you a new version of March 7th as a hunt character. Honestly, I should probably revisit using her at some point. Because her outfit does look really cute. But yeah, this in one of the scenarios we did ended up making Scott shit himself. I mean, accidentally. Basically, Xiao, I guess, was trying to help, and he sent Motza to feed Scott and his cronies some stuff, and yeah, he couldn't make the fight, man. But boy, just seeing that poor guy laying there in Arum Alley, it felt so pathetic. But he seemed quite resolute in saying, this isn't gonna let me down. But yeah, that was fucking hilarious.
I know you said you like me.
One of the best landscape art pieces in the Luofu. An artificial landscape that incorporates the elements of mountain, pond, rock, plant, sculpture, and architecture. Wait, are these two just saying that they like each other even though they're kids? Like, they're probably like actual kids. What the hell are you guys doing here? Isn't this supposed to be a government building?
Dragons and demons through thick and thin, 600 years of dreaming within. Hey miss, how do you not make a sound while walking? You scared me half to death.
Your voice is beautiful. Yeah, you were kind of lost in your little tune there.
Really? Thank you.
Ling Jie wrote down stacks of songs in her notebook, and I've been so curious that I've started practicing my singing. I might not sing as well as Ling Jie, but singing makes me happy, so I've got no complaints at all. Ling Jie wrote a lot of life tips out for me on her notebook, like how to play it cool when freaked out and pretend that you've been expecting that. Unfortunately, I've never been able to pull it off successfully. Who is Ling Jie? Ling Jie was my past life. Oh. Right. People tell me that she was a cheery person with a rich and varied life. Before she molted and became an egg, she left this notebook for me as a present. There's a crap of advice inside this notebook, each one described as a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Or super recommended. And I don't want to miss out on any one of them. In the notebook, she hopes that I can live a good life, just like her. So I treat this notebook like a kind of travel guide as I try to experience a good life. Enough of that, though. Miss, what can I help you with? Wow, that's definitely kind of cool. I'm pretty sure that they did mention about how video auras kind of keep correspondence between like their current life and their previous life, or rather what their next life is going to be like, because if you don't know, basically video aura, they aren't like born from mom and dad. They're just these beings that just kind of die and reincarnate almost immediately. So they're alive, they molt, they turn into an egg, the egg hatches, bada boom, they're back, but they usually don't have their memories back there. I think that's only in special cases. Like Dan Hung. Excuse me, what do you know about Qingshui music? Right, I was asking about the storyteller back there. I'm sorry, I'm learning the video elegies right now, but I can't say I know much. I think there's a musician over at the Exalting Sanctum who plays the chimes. I bet she could help you. Ooh. Cloud Cry Songbook. This is definitely some nice stuff. Imprisoned criminal. Yeah, there was probably something going on with her. But for the life of me, I cannot remember.
Well, it's about time the Ten Lords came and picked me up.
Why are you here again? Yeah, what the hell are you still doing here? I'm puzzled too. Why aren't the Ten Lords Spiritfarers here yet? So, is something the matter, or do you simply wish to chat with your honored Celestial? I mean, me. Hurry up, then. You know I don't have much time left. I want to know more about you, or relearn about you, I suppose. I swear, was she supposed to be the celestial lady that was supposed that the that kid over on the other side of the map was talking about? I want to hear your stories about other worlds. How about buying a cup of tea for me? Star Taro bubble tea works. It tastes terrible, but I've left home for so long that I appreciate even the most terrible drinks here. Let's see. I'll tell you about my most harrowing experience this time, when I was closest to death. When I crash-landed on that world, there were already other charlatan celestials there. The abominations of abundance would never overlook primitive worlds that have no means to defend themselves. You've heard of the Borisin. They are the most battle-savvy among the denizens of abundance, born with full sets of fangs and talons. It's said that they share an origin with Foxians. Xianzhou and the Borisin waged a few wars against each other in ancient times. Oh shit, not my audio. No, not again! Ugh. But when I noticed him, he's already built a stronghold in the mountain. There was a Borisin in that world. I don't know if he was a straggler of a lost war or a scout plotting some conspiracy. But when I noticed him, he already built a stronghold in the mountains. That scumgate used common folk for experiments, modifying them with no regard to their dignity, and did every horrible act you could think of under the sky. There was only one of me, and there was nothing I could do about him. Even if I was armed, I wouldn't have dared to cross him. I thought long and hard before I decided to give it my all. If I, as a Celestial, couldn't even protect the villagers who put all their faith in me, I may as well have just stayed behind on the Luofu as a coward. So I... did you fight back in the end? Hey, I already said I decided to give it my all. I stole onto the Borisin's mountain city and installed this signal emitter there. That thing only had enough power for one transmission. I had intended to use it as my last resort. If anything untoward happened, at least the Cloud Knights can get there to clean it up. And now I had the chance to use it. Not long after, the Cloud Knights' hunting squad arrived. They practically leveled the mountain, ensuring the Borisin couldn't escape. I was pretty pleased with myself, but I knew it was probably the end of my time as a Celestial. If the Cloud Knights were any good at their job, they would follow the trail and capture me. So they did. Why did you flee the Xianzhou? I was a measly alchemist at the Alchemy Commission, mediocre at both research and medicine. Those more capable than me had already made their marks several centuries ago and climbed the ranks. In a place like Xianzhou, where nothing changes, how would I ever get the chance to succeed? There were plenty of individuals like me on Xianzhou, laboring away at mindless jobs. Centuries could fly by in a blink of an eye. Then you just wait for the Ten Lords Commission's Spiritfarers to claim you before you get Mara struck. I don't want any of that. I then recalled those novels I used to read about reincarnating into a king of some alien world and such. The protagonist would always be a bum in their previous life, but become an all-powerful when reincarnated. I truly envied their lives. So I thought of something. I was a terrible alchemist on Xianzhou, but if I lived in another world, with my trusty Jade Abakai and talent in medicine, would I still be mediocre? That's why I found a world so desolate that nobody even visited on the astral charts. I took the chance to steal away. Have you really committed a serious crime? I haven't committed a major crime, haven't I? It's been over 3 months and I've still not even my turn for the Ten Lords Commission's investigation. It's obvious that my misdeed was insignificant. In hindsight, all I did was make a few animals talk, teach the locals how to plant modified star taros, and cured a few diabetics. Though they still ended up killing themselves with primitive alchemical practices. All in all, I technically didn't even do anything. That's right, I'm not some hardened criminal. I just want to pursue my own happiness. If I could live out the good life on Xianzhou, who would even think of slumming it in some lowly civilization? Ouch. But why would a prisoner be here? Actually, I've already been interrogated multiple times already. Have you ever heard of a Xianzhou saying one too many? That's how they described my crimes. Great disparity before and after my crimes. They have yet to finish processing my misdeeds. Something happened in Xianzhou during this time as well, resulting in a processing delay in my case. Anyways, I can only come to Starskiff Haven for a breather under the Cloud Knight's supervision. When it's time for lockup, I'll still be escorted back to the Ten Lords Commission. We should stop here. The Cloud Knights are starting to glare. Yeah, she's actually been looked after at least. Oh, so they are. So you should try to hurry up and go, or you'll end up in the Ten Lords Commission too. Yeah. Fuck, I'm gonna have to go there too. There's so many goddamn forests in there. I hate fighting those things. Oh, this part's like really cool over here.
Oh. Who do you think is stronger?
Day he left in disgrace, bearing thorns and apology. Today he returns bathed in blood, triumphant. Kremnos, his homeland, lay all in ruin, split asunder by a blazing fire that forged ambient. Yet today we shall not speak of the psychopomp of Idonia, but of Mighty-Bos, the black-lit spirit warden. Bears by name Mighty. The name Mighty signifies a foe with no multitude would withstand, as well as a foe whom none among 10,000 could overcome. Yeah! Mighty! Alright, woo! The wind tore through the banners and rain beat down upon the remnants of the army. Across the plain rose cries of sorrow, yet only the roar of the lion was heard. And you ask, what manner of man was this Mighty? He was the crown prince of Kremnos, cast off by his father, drifting for years upon the Sea of Souls, where he forged an indestructible body. Summoned by the thousand-faced hierarchy, he threw himself into the great cause of flame chase. Therefore he hewn down the black tide, passed the trial, drank the crimson brew of blood. You mean pomegranate juice? Drove back the clamorous star of misfortune. He settled old grievances, guarded the holy city, reclaimed his sunken homeland, and ascended the agate throne. Now, this is epic. Like a battle-hardened lion on its throne, Kremnos' mighty name shall echo through the ages. Yeah! Woo! I wish I could clap, but I can't. My audio would cut out again. Through countless cycles of upheaval, as I've written reveals the truth of Emporius. Want to know what happens next? Stay tuned for the next chapter. No, keep going!
Why don't you go ask the general?
Yeah, I think these twos are like wondering if Finon or Mighty could be any match against Jin Yuan. Definitely Finon probably. Well, Jin Yuan. Mighty, he's just like, you could just keep cutting down that guy. He's just gonna keep popping back up. It's actually pretty crazy, actually, fighting with Mighty. I really hope he gets a dedicated support sometime. Got another Outworlder here, too. My travel expenses can be reimbursed. It's the expenses that can't be reimbursed that annoy me. Am I going to have to moonlight even when I have a proper job? Are you stranded on the Xianzhou just like me? I'm a true Xianzhou native, born and raised. Nah, I'm definitely a wanderer like you. I knew it. I have something to ask you. Oh, I forgot to introduce myself. I'm Elena. I came to Xianzhou as a commercial legal advisor on a business trip. I'm stranded here for a while. I want to ask if there's a way for Outworlders to make a living here. Rather, how do you usually earn money? Yeah, I'm pretty sure most people just kind of grunted out there. Like, seriously, literally all the masters and great artists, folks, the great thinkers, mightiest warriors. Usually those folks are just around for a couple thousand years, and everybody else is just kind of doing busy work and shit, making things work around here. Bussing tables, just being a foot soldier, spouting the tales of those warriors. But yeah, everybody's just kind of being a grunt now. I see. So you are an individual of labor too. Nah. But it's hard to find even the most menial of jobs now. I was dispatched to Xianzhou because of work, but have been unable to leave since the Jade Gate's closure. What's the main reason for my... That's the main reason for my situation. Right, they had this place kind of locked up, didn't they? What do we got here? But I've changed my mind after hearing certain information. I'm not in a hurry to leave now. The secret that everyone is interested is hiding in Xianzhou. Surely you know this, even as an Outworlder? What? People are trying to look for immortality. Shh, this isn't something that should be casually discussed in front of an inn. Don't worry, everybody's just kind of lauding over the tales of mighty boasts. I mean, why wouldn't ya? Outworlders who covet immortality will be peacefully supported to the Skyfaring Commission. Hardened offenders will face prison time. Here, this is for you. To keep your mouth shut. Don't breathe a word to this to anyone. I'll have to find something to do later to stay longer on the Xianzhou. Do you have anything else to ask? Yeah, just want to chat a little bit. What brought you here? Well, she just mentioned. You didn't really miss much. I talked to like a videotter, a girl that wants to be an aspiring singer, even though I'm pretty sure in her past life she was already lauded for having a beautiful voice. Basically, she's kind of has like some written notes from her previous incarnation, and she's using it as a travel guide, which is kind of sweet. I wasn't sure if there's really was much that you can how much interaction you could really have with, well, yourself after the videotter is rehatched and all that. That was kind of cool. And the Tale of Mighty Bows, that was pretty nice. This guy was a hoot in doing it. Just one of those little tidbits and all the other worlds that got mixed in where it's like they get to discuss as I've written, which is definitely quite a bestseller now. Have you gotten any information on immortality? Sure, ask hard-hitting questions. Xianzhou has rules. We should not be talking about this in public. Then again, this isn't some Clowenstein secret. Do you realize how much of an eye-catcher the Ambrosial Arbor is? Anyone can find high ground on the Xianzhou Luofu and see it clear as day. Even if everyone traps are sealed shut, that giant Ambrosial Arbor won't stay silent. Those will tell us what the secret is. The Jade Gate's closure is the first clue. Yeah, how are you making money right now? Once the boss of the Petrichor Inn knew of my plight, they promised to introduce some jobs to me. An Outworlder business owner had me write fake comments for short videos as a part-time gig. It was simple and entry-level, so I gave it a shot. Not cool, but Okay. Under each video, I wrote, "Children love this. Great for sensitive skin, too." I did that for lots of videos. I hope you would change the formula, because I don't think that's applicable for many situations. Maybe they are, but people are definitely gonna look at you sideways or have several questions about it. In the end, the business owner was taken away by this realm-keeping commission. And I didn't get paid. All that work down the drain. Yeah, if you're gonna do something, you probably want to change up the wording. And probably not talk about, like, children, unless this is, like, actually talking about children's toys or something. If it was, like, for, like, I don't know, clothings for babies or something, that would probably make sense, but yeah, I would be concerned. What kind of storefront was he running to have to get carted away by the soldiers? That is deeply concerning. You shouldn't do that again, or at least be way more careful about doing that kind of work. What plans do you have next? Next? No different from now, I guess. Doing menial jobs and just waiting. I feel like this puzzle of immortality is just like trying to contain fire with paper. It can't be kept under wraps forever. Perhaps I'll get the chance to become a long-life species. I could still make a decision when that time comes again. Xianzhou might not necessarily let me leave then. But why would you want to become immortal? Say it like you are not interested in immortality at all. I have witnessed the vastness of the cosmos. One lifetime is too short to satisfy my curiosity. If I had an infinite life, I would travel through the entirety of the universe. You get that, don't you? Yeah, I suppose so. You could witness the end of it all, too. And at the end, it's, I don't know, probably going to be like March 7th converting into Fooly or Cyrene. I don't know. I think any of them have a chance to do that. I thought that was like the theory of it. Alright, be careful on your travels. If you find any work I can do, please let me know. If you hear anything about the secrets of immortality, you know, don't hawk it all. Oh, she gave me some creams. Nice. But yeah, I definitely know there was one gentleman that kind of succeeded in doing obtaining immortality thanks to stuff that he found out in the Xianzhou. It kind of backfired though, but I'll talk about that later. Ugh, sorry, have we met? I don't believe so. Then we're strangers, and I'm relieved. I'm really sorry for bothering you. Okay, I think I see what she's got one from. Well, we could start to get to know each other now. My name's Jinyu. Nice to meet you. Trailblazer, you don't wish to tell me your name? I see. Not like I'll remember it anyway. Phew, this may be out of the blue, but I'm actually evading the pursuit of my countless ex-lovers. I thought you were one of them, but apparently not. Oh, yikes. Yeah, it definitely would be kind of awkward trying to deal with ex-lovers as a videoautera. That'd be kind of weird. I think things would get complicated very quickly, honestly. Countless lovers? Such a player. You're mistaken. My heart can only belong to one. When I like someone, it's hard to like another. But these lovers are all from my past reincarnations. I don't know them, but they know me. We videoautera usually stay young by molting after living for centuries. Any damage done to the body would be repaired during the molting process, but our memories are completely wiped. As for me and my condition, well, my body compacts this 5 or century process into just 1 month. After 1 month, I'd forgotten about our meeting here and now. This love story too. How about it? Do you understand after hearing me out? I haven't found a lover in this life, and perhaps we're just right Dude, you just said that you were trying to avoid all your lovers and stuff, and now you just want to try to start something with me? Shameless. How about we get to know each other first? Like, what were you like in your past life? Compared to your several or dozens of lovers. Sure, ask away. Were you always as romantic as this before you lost your memory? I can't remember a thing about what I was like before I lost my memory. But those who know me may say I remain the same way no matter how many times I molt. Besides, if you only had memories for 30 days, be as spontaneous as my love for me. Oh, right, because she just mentioned that, yeah, Videoteras could probably live for maybe a top 700 years, and then they can molt. But she does that shit monthly. Supposedly. But if it's real, then I'm like, whoa boy. Besides, if you only had memories for 30 days, you'd be as spontaneous with love as me. I would hope not. It seems that since I was so passionate about romance in my previous lives, I'm always beating people who claim to love me forever. I'm truly sorry, but I can't remember who they were. Maybe I really did find love, but that version of me is completely different from who I currently am. I don't want to pretend that I'm still that person and to fake my love for others. I'm looking for my true love in this life that I'm living right now. Must be real hassle having such a short memory. To be honest, yes, all my friends and memories just get completely wiped after a month. As though the whole world had abandoned me. But having a short memory isn't all that bad. Most of our best memories are brief. Just like parties are all destined to end. It's the loneliness between those moments that feel like forever. Girl, same. If I had to face centuries of loneliness and repetition just like everyone else aboard Xianzhou, well, I can't imagine someone like me lasting very long like that. You keeping a diary through all this? Because, again, I mean, that's definitely an option. There's no rules against that. Who keeps a diary? Do you write a diary? I don't. But, are you just taking everybody's word for it? That you're just like some sad, love-lorn lady? Huh. I probably would say maybe leave yourself like a diary or a page or a note, a little sticky note or something like that. The person I was in the past never kept any diary. And present day me doesn't really want to leave anything for the future. Even if my debt of love is impossible to explain, I still don't really care for it. I'm definitely sincere and passionate about every relationship. That's enough for me. Destiny is a thing, then let's fall in love once more. My arms are always open. Let's just be friends. Sure, I feel like we'll meet again anyway. Yeah, that was a little harsh. Let's see, there was this one guy that used to be over here. I wonder if she has anything to do with him. So, this is Xianzhou Luofu. What an eye-opener. Hello. I've only been here for a short while. May I know your name? You're my junior soarer. Master told me about you. Oh, where are my manners? I'm sorry. I got a bit too carried away. I'm Cleo, scholar at the Intelligentsia Guild. Sorry, my throat's just getting fucked up there. I'm Cleo, scholar at the Intelligentsia Guild. Again, this fucking guild. Under the tutelage of Master Todd Roderin.
Master has written to me many times urging me to come to the Xianzhou ship. And he told me that he had found a junior soarer for me. Just when I was wondering what my new peer would look like, you appeared before my eyes. Oddly enough, I lost contact with Master Todd shortly after I received his last letter. Yeah. I don't think he was able to send you a letter the state that I last saw him in. So I came to the Xianzhou ship looking for him, but to no avail. Have you met with Master lately? I can't. I can't tell her. I can't tell her what happened to that poor guy. I can't. How this is terrible. One of the guild's exchange programs needs a signature before it can officially kick off. Oh. Ugh, sorry about that. Wait, he hasn't got somewhere dangerous to investigate the source of the calamity of the Luofu, has he? That old man, he just won't stop getting himself into trouble. I still remember how he urged me to come here in his last letter. I would have thought that by the time I arrived, I'm sorry, but I'm not in the mood for pleasantries right now. There's nothing important to discuss. Please, leave me alone for a while. Wait, did I actually... Yeah, I didn't tell her what happened. Good, good. That's what I wanted to happen. I gotta achieve it. Well, since you're here, are you going to continue your master's research? I'm very interested if you are. I'm afraid I can't. As currently I'm occupied with another subject mission by the guild. Oh, thank goodness. I need to work with Herta of the Genius Society at the general editor for her new magnum opus. Objectively speaking, this project is of vital importance, and once it succeeds, Candelagrafos will be recorded in history. What the fuck was that? But on the other hand, I just can't give up Master's project and his legacy. I need some time. Maybe I'll come up with a solution. Yeah, definitely. Just focus on your current work. You don't have to worry about it so much. So are you gonna go back to that? What's next after your visit? Well, I'll stay on the Xianzhou ship, but instead of continuing Master's research, I'll experience the unique customs of the culture here. Oh, nice. I don't want to waste a precious opportunity. Maybe you haven't heard about it. The guild has cut its budget for field research and greatly reduced the number of scholars sent out to other worlds. It's not easy to come here anymore. Yeah, I definitely see that. So, might as well splurge while you have the chance to experience genuine, Xianzhou culture. What do you think of Todd? It's hard to discipline him in just a few words. For me, he was my mentor who brought me to the Candelagrafos and guided me to the path of erudition. Although I didn't always understand his ideas and sometimes he seemed too stubborn, I knew that he meant no harm, and that his aloofness was simply because he was a pure scholar. Yeah, I think we're good here. I see. If Master were still here, I guess we would have become peers by now. While I'm nowhere near as erudite as Master, I'm an authorized scholar in any case. If you have any questions, please feel free to discuss them with me. As for Master's subject, forget it. I need to calm down, and perhaps I'll figure out something later. Ooh, this is the letter to Cleo. Cleo, I hope this letter finds you well. First and foremost, I hereby declare I voluntarily relinquish any right to claim remuneration from Scholar Cleo regarding this article. Please go through the necessary formalities, apply for the allowance, and come to the Xianzhou Luofu immediately. As mentioned in my previous letters, I have tried my best to study the Xianzhou natives and Foxians, but I can't seem to find a suitable long-life individual. So I have turned my attention to the Vidyadhara. As you know, the Vidyadhara has a unique bodily structure. Their life cycle will keep going, thus they are free of the problems of aging, death, and being Mara-stricken. Some researchers point out that the immortality of the Vidyadhara is not due to the abundance, which I agree. I have probably put too much focus on the power of abundance, that I miss out on the clue that can lead to a breakthrough in my study. There's no point in dwelling on this, actually. Even if we could have gotten things right sooner, we would have had little chance to collect samples. After all, the Vidyadhara rarely leave their Xianzhou ship. Based on their physical needs and traditional customs, they need to return to a special region called the Ancient Sea for their hatching rebirth. Having overcome a series of obstacles, I finally found a biological sample of the Vidyadhara in the Scale Gorge waterscape. The value of this sample was beyond my expectation. To put it simply, it showed me a clear direction towards immortality. I won't include too many technical details here, as too much is at stake. I'll explain it to you face to face when you reach the Luofu. The time we have spent on the path of erudition has nearly a century, and my age is starting to catch up on me. I start to think slower, I become less efficient in my research. Yet the cosmos is still vast. There is a lot more for us to explore and create. Yet we're still running out of time. But now everything is different. My research is heading in the right direction, which I am 80% sure. We will not be entitled to wealth and fame, but also with the unlimited supply of time to explore the boundless space in which countless intellectual treasures are hidden. P.S. I'm thinking of recruiting a smart and reliable junior soarer. Trailblazer. Please, work with her when you arrive at the Luofu. Your dearest teacher, Todd Warden. Yeah, so, yeah, there was a whole mission where we ended up having to work alongside him, and I think we may have accidentally, given him that Vidyadhara sample, and, yeah, I think he was, that 80% was definitely very, genuine. And his project succeeded. But yeah, I kind of really backfired on him horribly, so he's not here anymore. At all. Oh, hello, madam. My friend, that starship you got there, it's gorgeous. How about it? Fancy a new crew member? Who are you again? You'll be shivering near your boots when I announce my accolades. Standing before you is S-ranked Starskiff pilot, A-ranked damage assessment expert, B-ranked mechanic, S-ranked chef, C-ranked IPC sales associate, and A-ranked Jade Applicus fixer, Shushua. Shushia? Shushia. We could ask the conductor for permission. What? Aren't you in charge around here? It was rhetorical anyway. Fine, I think it's of something, and ask that conductor of yours when the opportunity arises. I won't impose then. Come to think of it, I'm not in a rush to leave right now anyway. Well, what are you doing now? I'm taking a break and waiting for a chance for a voyage while I'm at it. Xianzhou prohibits long-life species from dwelling beyond the ship. Something about ecological disasters. I'm not sure either, so if you want to embark on a voyage, you need to find interstellar work. To reach that goal, I took plenty of professional qualification certifications. The vocations I just mentioned were some of many. I'll give you this. Something I found while traveling outside, though you must have seen plenty of these. Before the next voyage, I'll be hanging around on the Xianzhou. You're welcome to chat anytime you want. No, I definitely want to chat a little more. Sure, I'm bored as it is. What do you wish to know? Have you been to many places? Frankly speaking, compared to the travelers with short lifespans, I don't think I've been to that many places. It's hard enough for a lifelong species to leave Xianzhou as it is, and like I said, it's a huge fucking ship that they're on. And just one of them. Mind if you actually ever go and visit the other ships. There's 6 of these fucking things. Oh god. Sorry, I just had like that tickle in my throat where it's like I'm drinking water, but it just doesn't seem to be hitting that right spot. That feels really dry. Okay, maybe that did it. But seeing as I've lived longer than any of the short-lived species, I'd be a little patronizing to say I haven't been to many places. Over the years, I've taken plenty of professional certifications to fill up any vacancies a crew might have. Let's see. Over the years, I've followed sports representative associations, academic visitations, folk troops, circuses, diplomatic missions, and anything about the Antimatter Legion. Don't assume I don't know about them. They're all bad eggs who bring doom to the cosmos. Truth. Long story short, the more I know, the more I could travel. And now I've been to many places, but that's not enough. I want to travel even more. Are things not going well for you on the Xianzhou? Yeah, why are you so hungry to try to get off board? I'm pretty sure that there's some easy avenues. Well, granted, Tinyan was probably absent for quite a few years during her travels when we met her. And she works for, like, the Skyfaring Commission or whatever the fuck commission she's working for. I'm not paying attention to what the hell. Who's working in what field. Yeah, why do you want to get out of here? I would say that. Since young, I've always had a hard time sticking around. I was a certified Foxian Grade 1 Grand Actor when I was 12, and then I was S-rank chef at 18. To most Xianzhou natives, this certification grants you at least 4 centuries of livelihood. But what if I didn't like the job? Can you imagine sloshing away at a gig you hated for 400 years? Truth. I can't, and I never will. Foxians live for centuries, but living for 1, 10, 100, 10,000 years is such a drab place like the Xianzhou. What's the point? It's all the same mundane monotony day in, day out. That's why you have to head out to travel. No matter what it took. A life full of unknown and thrills, and one day that beats a lifetime of such predictable doldrums. Well, what do you usually do while you're here? Are you also a working grunt like everybody else? Hang out with my family, visit friends. Have you heard of Xianzhou paper kites? I'm like a swallow that soars in the skies, and my friends and family are the string that anchors me. Aww. I will sell the treasures I bring back to the pawnbroker Hadian at the Jeweler's Pagoda. We get along well, and he never hustles me either. He'll tell me straight to the face that the priceless gem I bought is an ancient glass ball. That sense of homely comfort, you can't find it anywhere else but Xianzhou. Next up, it's time to walk around Xianzhou and plot my next chance at a voyage. I didn't mean to offend. I've probably lived much longer than you. It would be a travesty if my life was that less exciting than yours. Trust me, you do not want to know the kind of shit that we've been through. It's almost imperative that I lead a more interesting life. Yeah, I think fighting several Lord Ravagers is definitely probably too rich for your blood, though. Alright then, don't forget to drop my name if you find any interstellar works suitable for me. Oh, and I got some free shit.
That's what I'm here for. Just talking to people and getting some free shit. Oh, hey, Wen. Yeah, I think this is some other kind of combat tiny event. Oh, we meet again! Well, Heron Express is indeed lost some items recently. Do you know what I'm saying? Without our experience and expertise, the retrieval efficiency would simply be disastrous. I have no choice but to ask you to help me in the Heron Express. Wait, what do we do again? Heron Express hopes to entrust you to go to places where goods have gone missing and find them by controlling the side cranes. Yeah, I definitely loved unlocking that kind of gameplay. That was cool, flying like the bird everywhere. Side note, these places are not entirely safe, so there might be some dangers along the way. Please be prepared. Yeah, no problem. But our retrieval budget has been cut, so we won't be able to pay you for your help. Are you still fine with it? Nah, I'm good. I got all the rewards for that. It was easy as hell. Ah, shit. I forgot about this building, too. Let me just cut over on this little alleyway here. There she is. It's Xichao? Xichao? Xichao.
Express at your service.
Oh, hi! I remember you. Have you booked a delivery with us? I think I found all your fucking side crates, that's what. We could do same-day delivery for small and medium packages. Big ones take 2 to 3 days, though. If you have any other requirements, please let us know. There's still some things I'd like to talk about. Alright, I don't mind if we're just talking about work. What do you usually get up to around here? I get asked that a lot, actually. After all, with this many side cranes aboard the Xianzhou, what do you need manual labor like me for? In actual fact, much of our work relies on human workforce, inspecting goods, deploying side crane routes, side crane maintenance, plus all those pesky abandoned boxes you've seen on the streets. Yeah, there's a shitload of boxes that got dropped, so definitely would help to have a human touch, especially since I'm not sure about the carrying load of a side crane, but it has to be more than like a coconut, though, but probably not much heavier than that. Oh, yeah, there's another job that can only be done manually. That's never going to change. Handling customer service complaints. Yeah, that's sucks, but unfortunately at least that's should be remaining human. Unless you have to be the dealing with customer service complaints when the service is like about like technology and shit. Then that could be a real pain in the rear. Whatever, people complaining is just so much. I could never work something like that. Is it true that you can really mail anything? Sure, our slogan is Heron Express. We mail anything, but we reserve the right to final interpretation. We usually recommend that you avoid using robots if you're sending anything fragile or important. Instead, we recommend that you hire an arms escort service. Yeah, I need to send like this ticking little package here. I definitely would probably need to have the armed escort for that, just to safely get that away. Before you finalize your order with us, please make sure you read our shipping regulations. Just as on the Xianzhou is really something else. Yeah, look at all these freaking aircrafts and everything. I'm pretty sure that ship wasn't there. Isn't that the actual Sky Splitter itself? I know, right? You Outworlders have a much clearer perspective on this stuff than the Xianzhou natives. I've always heard old cranks say, Xianzhou is lifeless and never changes. But I disagree. It's just a hunch, but I've grown busier and busier these past 200 years. Can you imagine? Around 150 years ago, down at a busy Starskiff haven zone, we'd only be able to
handle over 6,400 side crane deliveries per day. Only. Again, this is a big fucking ship. I bet you would probably have a bigger operation after that. But just yesterday, there we were. Let me see, over 70,000 deployments over Starskiff Haven. And that's on a work day. Such a huge change in just 150 years. That's easy to miss if you're not paying attention. You've got quite the eye. You must also find that the more developed and convenient a city becomes, the more of its citizens come to rely on logistical support. Today, Xianzhou can't afford to pause onboard logistics, and our burden is even heavier. Xianzhou is a massive giant, but our logistics team is its blood vessels. Our couriers keep its heart beating. Whenever I think about this, I'm filled with the feeling of being truly alive. Yep, well, keep up with the good work, honey. Be careful out there, and remember, our slogan is Heron Express. We mail everything. Yeah, I think we had to do missions where we had to find all her side cranes, too. And I think for some reason they were all kind of based off the 7 Deadly Sins. That was weird. I think it's already over here. But I'm not quite done yet. I actually have to go to the fucking commission building. What about this loom? What the hell is this loom anyway? The loom is a precise calculation device used to manage the dock. Why is such an important instrument placed in the open? The answer is simple. It's too big to fit inside the Palace of Astrum. Yeah, so they have to park it way the hell out here. Damn. Alright, I think I'm in the home stretch here. I just gotta chat it up with the folks in this office building here. The Palace of Astrum, here we come! Oh, hello, fellas.
The files are all prepped. Gotta triple check when the meeting is scheduled.
Look, a new request report. It's a program about traffic regulations of the Skyfaring Commission speed testers. Interesting. Yeah, that reminds me with the speed testers. I guess they're literally trying to put, like, any human workforce possible in any fields, even if it would probably be easier with, like, certain technologies and stuff. So they literally just send people to physically stand out there and watch the star skips and everything. Ow, sorry. Ugh. What is it, young lady? What can I do for you today? You're busy as a bee. Yeah, I was so busy, I almost kicked myself in the face. All in a day's work at the Skyfaring Commission. Time for the guild's list to be updated once again. So, if you're here to invite me out for tea or theater, forget it. Shouldn't you hand over the guild's list work to the guild to do themselves? Yeah, you've done your part, let them do their part. It's common practice for our secretary to process all of this paperwork. The imicasters of all the guilds are tied down just from handling all this year's materials. Hang on. What's Yamming doing right now? He's staring daggers at us over there. Is he mad at you or something? Yanning, who are you talking about? Is he somebody... Who's staring? Nobody's staring at you. Sorry, I'm just acting this through. We're both working at the same Skyfaring Commission. How is he able to slack out so openly? Excuse me, I have to have a word with him. Ooh. Oh! Oh, it's this guy! He's the guy that's been gatekeeping that fucking chest. And I'm gonna get that fucking chest open if it fucking kills me. I just kind of missed that one that was on the Hertz space station. I was missing something where I can actually open it. Watch as the two of them start bickering, each ducking the other's questions, bringing up each other's backers, whispering about other colleagues' incompetence, chatting about an already oversaturated workload. Yaming finally breaks for pause, just as Jiqui
takes the chance to shove a pile of documents into Yan Ming's hands, as if piercing him straight through the heart with a rapier. At last, victory. Yang Ming is stunned before he slinks away, dejected. The curtain falls on another trivial scene from the Palace of Astrum Millennium old office drama. Oh, I'm over here now. Hey, buddy, can I open this chest now? Oh, I can! Wait, could I just open it the entire time? Wait, no, this guy's busy now. For some reason, I just couldn't open that freaking chest. This guy was, like, blocking me, I think.
What are you doing, kid?
Best regards. The Outworlders are getting shrewder when trading with the Xianzhou. It's you. Is there anything you'd like to ask me? Yeah, I'd like to ask you some questions. Yeah, I'll ask him questions and then we'll talk about Tinian. Go ahead, I'll mull it over and tell you what I can. One day I'll get that chest. He'll realize it's ours. Yeah, you're right. And thankfully it was. But I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure I probably was trying to open that chest. And this guy was blocking me. There was definitely this one that was on Hersha's space station, and this guy kept blocking me. And even though he said, yeah, I just love the anticipation of opening the chest. And yet he never opens up his fucking chest. But I think he opened up that it was just basically his personals and luggage. Nothing really interesting. Maybe we should go back there and check again. Go ahead, I'll mull it over and tell you what I can. How old are you, just to be exact? I'll tell you I'm old enough. The specific age isn't important. I feel ya, buddy. I feel ya. Whether it's in the hundreds or thousands, it will still sound ancient to you. What, are you saying that you're like 38 or something? It's okay, man. Let me give you some advice. Never ask a girl in Xianzhou that question. Or any world, for that matter. Well, what do you do here, other than slack off unless somebody literally tries to put papers in your face? Simply put, I'm in charge of relaying orders at the Skyfaring Commission to the guilds. I'm passing guild requests back. The Celestial Guild is not one big body, but a castorium of many smaller guilds, so I help both sides communicate with each other. Ah, cool, little in-between guy, ain't ya? The middleman. However, several centuries back, I was a captain of a trade ship. Centuries before that, I was a business professor in a Lyceum? What the hell's a Lyceum? Never mind, they're just jobs. Fair enough. The more experienced you are, the more you'll realize that how serious you treat a job is how serious it treats you. Yeah, that's definitely good. A good gaugement of whether you really like your job or not. How about the guild? Ever since the calamities ended at the Luofu settled down, guilds have been Xianzhou's lifeblood. Some of them are government-backed, some are purely civilian. Qin Yun is head of representatives of the Intergalactic Merchant Guild, Whistling Flames. She's witty and great communicator. She was born to do business. Have you heard of the Grand Fair of Xianzhou? Qin Yun turned that into an intergalactic festival. Sea of fiery lights illuminate the countless suburbs, while feasts and songs unveil nights of innumerable glows. Nicely done. Pardon me for getting off tangent, but you probably realize how vital the guilds are now. Certainly. And Madame Yukong? I'll get around to hers too. This is her place of business. You could say Madame Yukong is my boss. Her competence is undeniable, but her flexible ability to different situations is even more impressive. Although she claimed to be lacking in trade acumen, I beg to differ. She could often shut schemers and opportunists down without a word. And few can manage to play with words before her. To me, the end is the same even when the approach is not.
The negotiations go a lot smoother with Madame Yukong present. Yeah, that's pretty good.
If
Wait.
there's something you don't understand, just come to me.
Yeah, what about getting more back into Tinyun? Madame Yukong entrusted me with the Whistling Flames to take care of for Tinyun. Looking at her former subordinates, I honestly didn't know how to explain the situation for them. Yeah, that's fair. That I'm not really sure if she can really come back to the Xianzhou and work full time. Nah, she probably can. She's been back home. The world is full of jokes I can't bring myself to laugh at. Yeah, truth. Well, since Yukong's here.
What is it you need, my esteemed guest?
You're here. Is there anything I can do for you? I would like to ask some questions. Please, go ahead. I'll try my best to answer you. As long as it doesn't touch upon confidential matters. Rightly so. Well, you were a pilot, right? Yes, I used to be a pilot. However, it's been decades since I last stepped foot on the cockpit of a Starskiff. Nowadays, I have someone to pilot Starskiffs for me, even when I'm commuting. If I were to be shoved into a Starskiff now, I'm afraid I might not be able to fly it. The sky belongs to the youngsters. For someone my age, it's better to just admire it from the ground. I'm no longer of the age to fly. Yeah, I definitely get that a lot from her visits to the Astral Express. She's also an express visitor, and she'd be like, yeah, I do miss my days of flying, but it's just, I'm just not built for it right now. Do you aspire to be a great general? No, that's too stressful for me. I believe you got the wrong impression from Diviner Fu that being the general is everyone's dream. That's not really the case. Well, she could speak for herself. That's for sure. The general seems to be in good mood every day, right? Well, it's mostly an act. The stress he is under is beyond our imagination. But he must appear to have everything under control. It's because the general cannot show a single ounce of weakness or uncertainty. Yeah, but he'll definitely catch some Z's whenever he finds a dull moment. When he doesn't actually have to work or do anything actively using his brain. I have no plans of going through such torture when I'm already about to retire. Of course, no one sees me as a general candidate either. I'm not quite done with her yet. I want to talk about
what is it
her,
you need, my esteemed guest?
About some other things. How's Qing Yi going? How's Qing Yi doing these days? That's her daughter. Qing Yi? I happen to be asking around about her updates too. The officers at the training camps keep me updated every day. But as for her, I'm sure she wouldn't even remember her old mother if her comrades did not remind her of me. Children are truly like birds. If you lock them up to keep them close, both of you will be miserable. But if you set them free, they will be gone in a flash. However, I think it's good to set children free. A soaring bird shouldn't be tied down. Since I have decided to let her go, then I hope she will fly high as far as possible. Oh, that's sweet of you to not say that.
The internal affairs of the Xianzhou must be addressed.
Tinyun? I'm naturally delighted to know that Tinyun is still alive. But thinking about the suffering she endured and her determination to be involved in this situation fills me with pain and sadness. I'm quite a selfish person. The Alliance's mission is important. Yes, of course, but I do wish my loved ones could live out their lives in peace, and not have to take some great and tragic vows. However, they always have their own plans, because they are not my children, but the children of the Rainbow Arbiter. The children of the Rainbow Arbiter never pause for their own rest. They only draw their bows for the peace of others. Ha. And you people stay foxy in Stone Age. The quiet of the night, flipping through old photo albums, I feel both proud and worried. And I can't help but shed tears. What could be more reminiscent of an old person than this? Aw, damn. She's really feeling her age, ain't ya? That's rough, buddy. Anything I can do with, like, these consoles here? I really like these holographics that they have. Shanshan plum blossom that belongs to the genius permanent. I'm pretty sure it's just based off of a natural plant here, but it does look really cool. I guess it's a little less maintenance than having actual plants here, and you could change them into like screens during more taxing moments, I suppose. I mean, they have this little sandpit here. Holographic position of the display sandpit simulation the Skyfaring Commission uses to study the movements of allies and enemies and formulate the best plan for the current situation. Yeah, so, yeah, they could just use these screens for emergencies rather than just straight up display. They're just milling about. Oh! Yoink! What's this? I'm good there.
There's a poem that says, right?
What name should be given to the new freight Starskiff? Didn't you take literature lessons back at school? Got any ideas? There's a poem that says, brighter the silver moon and the morning sun. Yet life's blessed rest with the star-shone sky. Oh, that sounds lovely. So then it's called... And so let's call it an Ode of Clouds then. You better get to an ordinary pocket carry and get help. Is that a reference of something? There's definitely a couple... There's so many references I picked up that obviously there's some... like, things that are just gonna go off my head because I just didn't really grow up with some things. Like, I don't know, popular movies or whatever. I actually have watched, like, a few popular films just so I can understand what the hell everybody's talking about. Also, was she about to say a code? I swear to God, if that was some kind of Star Fox reference, I'm gonna be so angry. It already is with all the Foxians being like Starskiff and piloting Mavericks.
My home planet made its fortune through the mining industry.
What's your hometown like? My hometown? Well, do you mean where my ancestors come from? My hometown is a thriving mining planet. Back when my ancestor's ancestor was still young, it started snowing for 10 long years. Luckily, he had contacts in the IPC, so he managed to get on the last ship out of there. Then what? What happened to the planet after that? I have no idea. My family had lived on the Xianzhou for over 30 generations, and they've all at least part Xianzhou now. Okay, this guy... Damn. Wait, is this ancestors from Bellabog or something? And what, they left because it was snowing for like 10 years straight or something? Well, honey, things got way worse after that. But 30 generations, I think that's too few. I mean, too many. Too few? I don't know. References are fun, but I find learning about them can be interesting. Yeah, they just really packed them into this game. I'm already surprised at all the shit that they did in just Genshin randomly, and then I tried playing this stuff, and I'm like, wow, this whole place is a meme. It even got worse on Planet Arcadia. They even have a frickin' Rickroll in here somewheres. It's me. Do you still remember me? I'm Wen Furi. I asked you to deliver something back when we were at the Herta space station? I guess so? I always wanted Asta, the acting lead researcher, to transfer me. And now I'm here in the Foxian capital I've dreamed about. Thank you. I feel sorry for the Foxians and Foxian capital? Is it Xianzhou the capital of the Foxians? You don't seem to agree. Am I the only one who thinks that? Yeah, probably, bro. I've been in Xianzhou for a while now and see many Foxian ladies every day. But do you know which one I care about the most? I swear to God, if you say like all of them or like the head honcho here, Yukong or Tinian, Tinian, please, just leave her alone. She has plenty of shit to deal with. She doesn't need to deal with like wannabe furries like you. I don't really want to talk. You should really be a little more low-key about it. I get it. Like the true scoundrels, I have principles, so relax. Okay, that's good. That's good. You have principles. I'm actually keen on Madame Yukong's secretary, the one named Shikui. If only I could talk to her. Well, we could talk right now. She's kind of free at the moment, especially after unloading a bunch of documents to that yahoo over there. No problem. Ask me anything. We'll trade stories. Wait, what were you doing at the Xianzhou again? You just here to probably meet cute Foxian ladies? Because fair. Didn't I say I'm a transferred researcher at the Xianzhou? Madame Herta does seem to work with the Xianzhou, so all I need is approval from the locals. I work for the Department of Implement Arts. Have you heard of Xianzhou's Follow Earth tech? If the negotiations go well, that'd be my research. Okay, well, at least he actually is here to work and not gawk at the beautiful Foxian people. And not just the ladies. I mean, Jiacho, yeah. He can get it. See, other than checking out the Foxian ladies, I got my purpose of being here. Yeah. Have you told any of the Foxian ladies how you feel? And I hope you're just not going around to every last single one of them and asking if they want to date you or something. Nope. Aw, okay. That's probably a good sign. You know, despite giving courtship advice to countless colleagues of mine at the space station, I've never been in a relationship before. Plus, I'm rather shy. Aww. Yeah, say no more. If anything, just go at your own pace. That's fine. Don't worry. They have all the time in the world. You probably don't, though. You don't. Thanks, sister. That's why I need your help. I'll see you when I'm ready. Well, I said I could kind of talk to you, talk to Shikui, like I just said. Damn, guy. But I thought you weren't interested in a relationship. That's in the past. The cosmos was the only thing on my mind back on the space station. Don't laugh, I'm serious. When people ask me what's my type, I'd say, no one's my type. Until I met a Foxian lady. It turned out that I wasn't looking for anybody because I had never met anyone like her. Don't tell me like the first time that he's seen a Foxian woman was when Tinian was on her to space station. Then again, she does look pretty fire and she's so elegant. So I could see why you would probably be turned on by that. I couldn't wait to get here after realizing that. I'm eager to start a new life. Yeah, we'll catch up another time, see how you're doing. No problem, sister. I'll scratch your back and you scratch mine.
My whole planet made its fortune.
Alright, I think that's almost everybody. I think we just got this one gal over here. Those old, short-sighted Xianzhou fogies are really infuriating. They let me see the Xianzhou instead of looking at the whole cosmos. It's quite the disappointment. Xianzhou should be doing greater things. What are you looking at me for? I'll criticize Xianzhou if I want. Even if I do have to work for the Skyfaring Commission. Yeah, thankfully you're over on this corner of the whole hall here. But, sound travels, honey. You don't want your boss hearing about this, huh? Yo, just... Not wise to rock the boat with the Skyfaring Commission. Yeah, that's right. Sit down. You're rocking the boat here. Did they send you to agitate me? Sorry, I lost my mind there, but you know exactly how I feel if you got to meet those fogies. I'm Architect Grayla. I came to Xianzhou for the future of the cosmos. You don't look like a local, so let me tell you. You can't count on Xianzhou. Those old geezers can barely see what's in front of them, let alone what the whole cosmos is in trouble. I beg to differ. We literally have a SOS pendant for General Jing Yuan, and we could have used that twice, and he said, nah, fam, this is called for. Or did we only use it really the once, or try to? Definitely remember we tried to use it on Penacody, but I'm pretty sure some of that was like an illusion or something. I don't know. Penacody was a real mindbender. Any party concerned with the existence of the cosmos could voluntarily respond to the call of preservation and protect the civilizations threatened by the antimatter legion. However, Xianzhou ignored this duty despite possessing great power. That's fair. They keep reiterating Xianzhou has a plan, as if vague platitudes could solve problems. Xianzhou is selfish. So you're educating Xianzhou about what to do? The cosmos weeps, yet Xianzhou pretends not to hear. I'm just a voice for the voiceless victims. Are you familiar with Xianzhou's past? Throughout their long history, Xianzhou suffered crisis after crisis. But every time, instead of learning from history, they only became more arrogant, thinking they'll always be able to protect themselves. Excuse me for getting riled up. I'm just bad at how stubborn they are. How about we talk about something else instead? Yeah, I don't want to hear you bashing on the Xianzhou. And sure, again, they definitely have quite a different outlook from the rest of the universe since they're longer lived. They just view things a little bit more long-term rather than short-term. But then again, there are plenty of systemic issues in the world that, or, well, in the greater cosmos, I suppose, for them, that are just keep prevalent. Sure, though I can tell you as much about preservation if you're interested. Or we could talk about other topics, of course. What did you see them about? You look like someone who gets around. You've seen the destructive antimatter legion, right? They threaten every sentient creature in the cosmos. Xianzhou should be contributing every technology that they have to the cause of preservation. I was already being subtle, and yet they mock me. Did they mock you? Or did they say that, well, that Xianzhou has a plan? I suppose. Had old fox Yukong actually laughed at my face. When I inquired as to what it was she found so humorous, she replied, I just thought of something funny. Okay. Do you think what you said was the funny thing? How dare she speak to me like that? I'm pretty sure she genuinely thought it'd be like a joke or some kind of antidote from her past or something. Like her poor dead friend. They're too arrogant to supply the fallow earth technology, purchase the architect's fortifications, and let architects garrison there. Xianzhou is too confident, and that's going to cause them big problems. Have you always been doing this sort of work? Promoting for preservation has always been my calling. Xianzhou isn't my first stop, and it won't be my last. Before Xianzhou, I visited a planet and persuaded the people there to buy a complete fortification system and made their planet an impregnable fortress. Of course, it would come at the expense of blocking out all sunlight, but that's a small price for safety. Did she literally just convince a planet to dome themselves? Put themselves in a bubble? Damn. Unfortunately, it's hard for the myopic to discern the meaning of long-term benefits and necessary sacrifice. So that planet was utterly destroyed in the end. God damn. That sucks. If I had insisted, perhaps they wouldn't have faced destruction. Thus, I persuaded Xianzhou to look beyond their stubborn ideals. Wait, wasn't this gal supposed to be a IPC representative? And she said that she just marketed, like, some kind of super shield for a planet only for it to end up dying out in the end? That's... damn. I didn't expect this from an architect. Have you met any of the other architects? Well, it's nothing new. Many people realize preservation's importance and joined. The preservation foresaw destructive threats to the cosmos and used its majestic power to keep building the wall. Architects are just ordinary people who want to contribute to the preservation's endeavor of preventing doom. Unlike Xianzhou, we architects keep our eyes on the future as well as the present. Really, just feels like you just see, like, danger, you want to put a wall around that, and, what if the danger is still going to be outside the wall, or if people are going to keep themselves together in that wall? Like that, last planet that you talked about. Damn. You should join us if you feel the same way. I could sense preservation's power in you. Are you one of us already? I guess so. Because that's literally the second path that we open up as Trailblazer. I guess we've destined to meet. Praise the Amber Lord. Yeah, keep up the good work. I must be going now. Alright, I have other issues to discuss with them, and I won't give up. Ugh, goddamn. What a note to frickin' end on, but I've been at this for like over 3 hours, so I'm probably gonna call it there for today. Goddamn. I haven't done this in a while, and there's just people all over this map. I think there's definitely fewer people in other places, but that's gonna be it for tonight. Ugh, holy moly, that took a while. Ugh. My arm hurts from holding my controller like that. I've literally had my arm pretty much steady like that the entire time, but hopefully, I already got some new cables for my audio recording stuff. So hopefully things will go a little bit better for pretty soon. God, I really hope that it comes before the Genshin Impact update. I don't think so, though. I should probably check about the delivery about this. Probably write in my calendar, be like, hey, your cable is probably gonna start fucking up around this time. Probably go get a new one, but looked ahead of time. I ordered 2 cables. So I have a spare. Go relax and maybe soak your hands while watching some TV. I'm probably gonna do that. Maybe get something to eat that's not just a bit of toast. Maybe I can make it like an egg in a hole. I haven't had that in forever. I just like ready yolk eggs and bread. Just bread, butter, and egg. I'm a happy camper there. Maybe some cheese and probably actually putting some like actual edible vegetables on there, like some spinach, some lettuce. I mean, I got my rabbits. You think I would probably eat a little bit more lettuce, god damn it. Ugh. But yeah, things just kind of just keep screwing up until it just absolutely breaks. Kind of like I should think about getting a higher efficiency CPU or something like that, because I have this old ass tower that I use for my computer, and I think it's just had like 18 warnings about high CPU usage. That is not good. Damn. I mean, 30's not that bad. It's not like I'm actually running anything else while I'm doing these streams. I don't have, I don't fuck around with the internet and stuff. I mean, literally, it would actually crash if I tried to open up the web browser on my computer. It has happened before. Not during stream, because I figured that out when I was first setting this up. And like, why the fuck did it stop out? Although that probably would explain why sometimes that my stream might, like, dip a little bit. And then, I don't know, it might, like, just go a little bit wonky for a second. At least it usually doesn't, like, full out crash the stream. Usually that might happen with, like, if, like, the line connection, like, goes out. But thank God, no issues here in this 3.5 hour long fucking stream. Jesus Christ. That was a lot, but hey, that was something I wanted to do. I got to some, like, nice info, little tidbits and stuff. Kind of remembered a few missions that I did before back on the Xianzhou. Probably talk some shit. Be like, wow, people. I just kind of wonder how people would actually, like, function if they could actually just regularly live 1,000 years or so. I mean, again, I'm surprised that antiquing's even a thing. Or, I don't know, just having the internet or whatever. At least it probably wouldn't behave quite like how we have it today, just given our small microcosm, just all these people just, God, my throat really hurts. Definitely glad that I did this today and not yesterday when I was really, I was really out of it. But that was a lot. Honestly, I figured that this is going to be several parts, though. Probably even more parts than what I usually do. But I'm glad that you stuck around here, Belladox, if you were, like, dipping in and out of here. I appreciate it very much. Ugh. Definitely talk my mouth out. That's probably more talking that I've probably done in probably the entire week, really. Which is kind of disappointing. At least I had a nice chat with my dad today. Well, I say nice, well, I guess it was eye-opening at the very least. Nothing horrible, really. Just haven't had a chance to sit down and chat with him for a bit. Which is good. But, yeah, hopefully, again, my cable gets a little bit better. It'll probably be a while before I get a part 2 for this. I'm probably gonna take a break for tomorrow. Not just, well, just, I definitely need, like, a little, step away, maybe. And, I do have, like, a Muni show tomorrow. Well, if you don't know this, there's this, big famous theater in my hometown called the Muni. And it's an outdoor theater, and we have season tickets for the shows there. And we have another show coming up tonight. It's me in St. Louis. So definitely something well worth watching, being in St. Louis, of course. I think I've only really seen it once, and it was during their centennial, because they've literally been around that long, and it's their 108th season this year. So, definitely quite the institution here. And I'm gonna go do my part and go out and watch my show, and hopefully it's not hot as balls outside. Somehow we've managed to have, like, an umbrella going over us, so I somehow have not had it rain out very often, or a show fully on canceled because of rain or horrible weather. But it does get awfully hot and steamy, and I cannot imagine how those people can stand doing what they're doing in, like, period outfits. But yeah, it'll be fun. But then again, if I don't like doing, like, if I do Holy Skip tomorrow, I might be around, so I'll probably actually do, like, my own matinee kind of stream and do it probably in the middle of the day. So rather than, like, 8 o'clock here, it's gonna be, I don't know, maybe I don't know, noontime or something. I just have to do some shit for my rabbits tomorrow, get them checked up and all that. Shouldn't take too long. But I was thinking about trying to do something where I just do a midday stream again. I used to do it more in the morning, but I kind of switched to just solidly doing it in the night. So definitely, if you miss my stream tomorrow, it's because I either didn't do it or I just did it early. And since the subject is me just talking to people on the maps and such, I'm pretty sure it would be pretty okay just to do like that, because I think it's going to be a while before I can do any more stuff for like this, since I'm just kind of in between patches, and Seznaya in Genshin Impact is coming up very, very soon. So yeah, there you have it. Matinee stream going on for like tomorrow at like, I don't know, noonish Central Time. Otherwise, probably see you all on Tuesday or relatively Tuesday. I don't know. It's just I have a global audience doing this shit online. But I appreciate anybody that would come in, pop in, and chat with me. That's definitely, I appreciate that. I'm just kind of wishy-washy lately. It's just, I haven't been feeling too good, and I, probably need to look up for, like, updating some equipment, and among other things. But yeah, thank you very much for anybody that came back. Again, Bella, love you to be here. Hopefully your research is going to be doing much better. You have more confidence about just making something of your own. And yeah, I'll try to rest well. I ended up, again, sleeping through, like, most of the daytime today, so yeah, hopefully I can get some rest tonight, because I have to go to the frickin' vet at like 9:30 in the morning. So that's probably going to be rough if I don't get any goddamn shut-eye. Then again, I probably need to get other shit going. I have like videos to make that I've been kind of dredging on. So anyway, thank you very much for anybody that came by, and I hope you liked this. You found some kind of enjoyment out of this. And I will probably see you all whenever it is that I'm on. So, again, try to probably check back a little bit earlier in the day to see if I'm on doing more of this stuff. And I will be doing whatever I'm going to do for the rest of my night. So,